Coming to you from Blue Crew Studio in Temecula, California, it's the Whiskey Throttle Show, taking you inside the lives and careers of the legends and leaders of action sports. Today's guest is brought to you by Yamaha. Yamaha is the industry leader in 2- and 4-wheel fun and performance. Motocross, off-road, adventure, side-by-side, Yamaha sets the standard. Yamaha revs your heart. The Whiskey Throttle Show is presented by Motorsport.com. It doesn't matter if you like to pull a throttle cable on a dirt bike, street bike, side-by-side. Motorsport.com is putting riders first with parts, gear, and accessories, including some of our partners like Troy Lee Designs, Dunlop, Pro Circuit, and more. They offer first returns free on apparel so you can buy with confidence. And Motorsport.com offers fast, free shipping on all orders over $79. Make your next ride your best ride. Visit Motorsport.com. Troy Lee made a name for himself as the most elite helmet painter in all forms of motorsport racing. His ability to make a stationary object look fast is something rare. That creativity gave way to motocross and mountain bike gear, helmets, and an arsenal of protective equipment aimed at keeping racers on the track and out of a doctor's office. The 2025 TLD line is out, and it's as fast as ever. Troy Lee Designs, blending speed and style. Rockform, creators of the world's strongest magnetic phone case. They have mounts for your car, motorcycle, and bicycle, as well as universal mounts to adhere your phone to any surface. They also have screen protectors, power banks, stands, chargers, and more. And don't forget the G-Rock wireless golf speaker. Magnets adhere this powerful speaker to your cart, or any metallic surface for that matter, so you have tunes while you golf, work, or hang out. Rockform, always innovating the phone case market. Rockwell designs all their sunglasses in their U.S. headquarters in Utah. Then they are manufactured in Italy using the strictest craftsmanship standards, ensuring you get the best pair of sunglasses you've ever owned. From men's and women's designs, floatable, alloy frame, and a UV 400 rating, which blocks out 100% of UV rays, Rockwell has everything you need for you and your family. Use our code WT20 for 20% discount at checkout at rockwelltime.com. Hey everybody, welcome to the Whiskey Throttle Show here in Blue Crew Studio. We've got a cool guest today, and I'm excited to have him on. He is a former privateer hero, and apparently a baseball legend too, we didn't know about. Turned company man. He's the Red Bull KTM off-road team manager now. It's Timmy Weigand.
Yes, sir. Nice
I didn't want to interrupt you screw your last name up. So
all good. Thanks for having me.
Weigand, not Wiegand.
Weigand. Yep. Wiegand's okay.
You'll answer, dude. Yeah, I know. It's fine. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to have you on. I'm glad I bumped into you the other day, and stoked to go through your story.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Because there's so many things I don't know, about. I remember when we first met, I think you were with Kenny Watson a lot. So maybe we're just Triple X helping you out or something?
Yeah, I rode for Motor Triple X in 2004. So Kenny, I met Kenny back through the Racer's Edge days from Jason Eck at TRE. So Kenny helped me tremendously, and he was always there with me at some way, form, whether he's talking crap or he's on my side, one or the other.
He does both very well.
Yeah. He either disowned me or he owned me. There was never anywhere in between.
Well, I remember he nicknamed you Chuck Wagon, and I always that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about, but.
No, I had lots of nicknames. I had Chuck Wagon, Cole Trickle, because when I started racing, I didn't know anything. Never wore knee braces, just put some pants on and a pair of boots and went racing. So
nice.
Yeah.
The minimalist angle.
Yeah, not knowing anything.
All right, well, we start everything here with the motorsport.com gate drop. Guys, get anything you need over at motorsport.com if you are looking for parts, gear, doesn't matter. They have just about everything, and they'll ship it right to your house. It's cheap and easy. You don't got to go out into traffic and deal with all the humanity out there. So check out motorsport.com. So start with where you're at now. KTM off-road team manager. What does your role entail over there?
Yeah, so I work at KTM. I've been there for 11 years now. I finished racing, or retired, however you want to say it, 2014. So I worked at Honda actually for about 6 months, and then I was pretty persistent calling Auntie to try to work at KTM, and eventually they hired me to be the Husky team manager.
Okay.
And then Auntie got a promotion, and then now I moved up to the KTM off-road team.
So what is, because I remember Auntie being the off-road team guy, so what does he do now?
So Auntie, I would refer to him as like the Roger of the off-road side. So he oversees KTM, Husky, Gas, all of off-road racing. So he's my boss, and he's the boss of the Husky and Gas team managers as well.
So is there a separate team manager for West Coast Off-Road and East Coast Off-Road?
No.
You oversee it all?
I oversee it all, yep.
Okay.
So
cool.
We have 5 riders, and from the West Coast to the East Coast, and, Tristan, I would say, is more international. He races all over, so
yeah,
we cover quite a bit.
Yeah, we're going to cover Endurocross this weekend. So
oh, cool.
He'll be out there, right? He's the guy?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So I got a lot of questions about that. That's gonna be later on in the show. Are you happy being in the off-road role? Do you have any aspirations of maybe getting into Supercross, Motocross again, or somewhere else within KTM, or you kind of like where you're at?
No, I love it. Like, racing's racing, and you get that enjoyment out of it. If you're not racing, I think this is the second best thing, because you're leading a team, you're a mentor. You still get that same adrenaline rush, and you still get to be a part of it in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I've been doing this for 11 years, and motocross, I that's where I started, was motocross, and I transitioned to off-road. So motocross is obviously where it all started for me. So, one day it would be exciting to maybe be a motocross team manager. But I think there's way more egos, and it's a little bit different.
It is different.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into it more. I got a lot of more questions about that. But from the team management side, because I did it for a couple years, I got a lot of questions about that. But even the difference between Supercross and motocross, as a guy who's done both, it's like a cooler vibe. Is it because there's not as much money? Is it just?
I don't think it's the money, because I think the money is I think the top off-road racers are making more than your 7th place motocross guys.
Oh, is that, you think so?
So,
okay.
I don't think it's the money. I just think it's the upbringing, the atmosphere. It's way more laid back. It's a family sport.
Yeah.
Whereas I think motocross and supercross is way more cutthroat. The guys aren't cordial with one another. Off-road, everybody's I always say, you can go to the desert and someone's losing their house or pinching pennies, but they're there at the races every weekend in a tent or whatever, just because they love the sport, just because that's what brought them there. That's why we all started racing to begin with, is for the love and enjoyment of it. And I think when you start chasing money and the supercross, the cutthroatness of that, you tend to forget about that. You lose what got you started in motocross to begin with.
It seemed, and I guess the only reason I align it with the difference in money is I think of motocross when I started, in the 80s, early 80s, and it was like off-road. It was if you broke at the track, everybody was like, hey, what do you need? How can I help? Yeah. Here, I got a chain. Take this. Ride my bike.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in moto anymore. It's oh, sucks to be you.
Yeah.
P.S. You're lame because you're in a trailer. Where's your sprinter, bro?
Yeah.
Your gear doesn't match.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't love a lot of the stuff that's happened with moto that way. Yeah. And I think it's just a natural progression of it getting bigger and more popular and whatever, maybe, but I don't like it. I love the off-road vibe. It's so cool.
No, the off-road's awesome. An example of it would be when I was racing Baja, Kurt broke down. Kurt was left, I don't know, a couple of days before I rode and trained with Kurt all the time, so we were really good friends. Yeah. And he was KTM, I was Honda then. And he blew a motor up down in Baja. He was all the way down at La Paz. We rode the same section, just luckily, so I had to drive all the way down there as well. So Anthony, his mechanic, called me and said, Kurt called me, hey, I blew my bike up. Have you left yet? I said, no, I'm leaving tomorrow. Oh, can you get a bike from me? Or get an engine for me? I said, yeah, no worries. So I called his mechanic, we arranged it, and then Auntie was like, huh? Honda? You're going to pick up a motor for Kurt? And it's yeah, who cares? We're all buds. We're all there. Let the best man win. It's better with more competition. It's better with people there because it just makes you better. So why would I ever say no?
Yeah, I feel like there's a scarcity mindset in moto where, and it's industry-wide too, where it's no, I can't help you or do anything with you or for you because you'll take some of my little piece of the pie that I have. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of going, you know what, there's enough for all of us. In fact, if we're all better, everybody makes more.
Yeah, for sure.
An abundance mindset. It's just different. But I do love that about off-road. So anyway, okay. Hey guys, get over to WhiskeyThrottleMedia.com if you haven't. Moto, off-road, dual sport, all kinds of content. Endurocross coming to you soon. The merch is close. Don't buy the merch yet. We're about a week or two away. You're gonna have a long shipment time if you order right now, but it's coming soon. It's gonna be really cool. I got a lot of announcements coming. Live events. There is one coming in December at the Blackmore Ranch. I don't want to give away all the details. We'll announce that on our socials soon, but you'll be able to buy tickets through the website. It's gonna be great. You're not going to miss it. So Southern California, December, second week of December. But let's get to our guest story. Brought to you by Yamaha, the Blue Crew. I'm sorry, Timmy, over at KTM, but we pushed the Yamahas over here. We're blue.
All good.
Tell me about where you grew up. Santa Clarita?
Nope. I grew up in Chatsworth, San Fernando Valley. I moved so I moved to Santa Clarita in, 2002 or something. Oh,
so you lived up in...
I live, Jim Hawley, Billy Payne. I grew up in their neighborhood.
Chatsworth.
Yep.
So gosh, what the heck's up there? Give me another landmark so people could reference.
Simi Valley, right on the outside of Simi Valley. So Honda Land.
Honda Land. Okay.
Yeah, Honda Land.
And then you were born in what year?
I was born in 78.
70. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about your childhood and what it was like up there. I didn't realize this, but you started racing way late.
Yeah, I started racing when I was 18 years old, 1998. So I grew up in the valley. Grew up 4 brothers. We raced BMX till we were 13. Obviously, chasing that circuit we went to Grands, we went to Oklahoma.
In Ponca City, right? Or Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it was Oklahoma City. So we did the whole circuit chasing it, and it finally got too expensive for my dad, and he just said, hey, if you don't get a deal to where they're going to pay for some of this, we can't continue to do it. So 2013 was when I was 13, sorry, not 2000. When I was 13 was my last year racing BMX, and then I just transitioned and played baseball. It was local, it was cheap. And
what was there any support in the BMX world back then? I had a friend who raced when I was in high school. I was racing moto, and he was a BMX kid, and we were like the only 2 guys that really understood what each other's sports were. I went to high school in Scottsdale, so if you didn't ride horses, then you were just like a party bro. Like those were the only 2 options. Yeah. So we were really outliers, but I remember him talking about going to Oklahoma. I'm like, oh, hey, our big amateur races in Oklahoma, Ponca at the time. Yeah. And he had a ride from Hutch. You remember those old bikes?
For sure.
And then Caston.
Yep.
He got the single fork Caston. I was like, oh, that bike's sick. But was there support that way where you get bikes? And
there was total support. Like we were sponsored by Ramada Hotels, but it was just like a discount. It was a small, but so back when I raced, Brian Lopes was like my hero. He was the guy I watched. I loved the way that he rode, and he was the guy.
Was Mike King in that era too?
Mike King was in that era before he transitioned to mountain bikes.
Okay, yeah.
So Mike King, Brian Lopes, Pistol Pete Lonkarovich,
Pete.
There's a lot of BMX guys that turned into mountain bike guys that from the moto world now. It's pretty cool.
Did you know McGrath at the time? Because
I didn't know McGrath.
Or would he have been?
I think he was already moto guy.
He was
then.
already out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So. Okay. So you were at that at a high level. Were you playing other sports, doing other things, or were you just like BMX 100%?
No, I still I grew up playing all the sports: soccer, baseball, t-ball, the whole deal.
Through school.
And then, but just growing up, we were it's not how it is these days with kids. We were just, I would say, wild, or we would just run amok and do whatever. We were all around the neighborhood. We were never in the house. We were at the park building bike jumps, getting kicked out of the park, or the rangers calling up our parents because we're building jumps at the park where you're not supposed to do it. So we were never home. We were gone. We were outside all the time, just on our bicycles, 24/7. We were all the way down on Ventura Boulevard on a 20-inch bicycle. We lived on the opposite end of the valley at the 118, which is probably 15 miles away to get to the 101.
Yeah.
And we were down there at Blue Cross. Blue Cross had these grass tabletops everywhere, so we would somehow get down there on our BMX bikes and ride there for 3 hours, then ride back home and get home at dark. So
I think we were the last generation who didn't have phones and really understands okay, well, we got to go entertain ourselves. What are we going to do?
Yep. Yeah. There's no sitting at home.
No.
Outside just, I don't know, creating havoc.
And also doing sports through school where it was okay, soccer season's from here to here, then it's basketball season, then football's here to here.
Yep.
And so you could play them all or pick the ones you wanted, but now it's and you and I both know this, we both have kids that play soccer at a high level, or played, I guess. it's you pick one thing and it's all consuming.
Yeah.
Don't plan anything else, any weekends or holidays, because you're going to be at a soccer game.
Yeah, because I think now, like, I don't remember when I was little, there wasn't like a club sport. Like, club sports wasn't a thing. It was high school. High school was everything. Now it's like you go to high school, and high school means nothing.
Nothing, no.
It's all about the club sport and the travel ball and all that sort of stuff. So the high school sport is kind of went away, whereas when we were little, it was huge.
Yeah. And it's expensive. Where
So
back then
expensive.
you played the high school version for either nothing.
A spirit pack for $250.
Spirit pack. Bring that back. Yeah, club is crazy what they're, a couple $1,000 to start, and then, you need uniforms, and every tournament you got to pay for, and
fundraisers.
Parking's $20 every time you go to
per day. Yeah, it never ends. It's a mighty dollar. That's all it's about nowadays.
So when did you quit racing BMX at 13, and then just baseball kind of became the focus?
Yeah, baseball was everything.
At this point, still no sign of dirt bikes. You didn't have
no
one?
sign of dirt. Like, we had a dirt bike in the garage, but we didn't really ride them. We would ride a dirt bike once a year, maybe, go to the desert. Never track riding, never jumping, never anything like that. And then once I transitioned and played high school baseball, like, there was I enjoyed snowboarding. I used to snowboard all the time. But once you started playing high school baseball, like, you couldn't get injured.
Yeah.
Our high school was very, very good. Our baseball team, our coach went on to coach for a Division I school. So our program was really, really high level. So there was he even said, hey, you can't go get hurt, no screwing off, no doing. So baseball was my focus. I wanted to be a professional baseball player. I wanted to be, like, in my mind, I was a Division I caliber baseball player. So that was like, I had an ego in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I had offers from Division II schools, but I didn't want to do that because I thought it was better than that. Like, I went to San Francisco State on a trip to go visit the college. So I wasn't a slouch in baseball. It was everything I did. I was in the backyard hitting all the time and practicing. So there was no time for BMX anymore, no time for motorcycles or anything like that.
All baseball.
All baseball.
And you did pretty well. I mean, you said you had like a great high school career. So I guess take me through that. And you wanted to go play college and did?
Yep.
Briefly? So talk me through that. How
Yeah, so we had a really good baseball team. We played we made the championships a few times. We played American Legion, which is like carry on after your high school season. Once you go into like summer break, there's American Legion League, and we went all the way. The finals are in Florida, but we made it to Boise. We played in Boise, and then we lost. We were winning, and then like in the bottom of the seventh, we only played 9 innings. In the top of the ninth, they scored like 2 runs and ended up winning. So it was kind of heartbreaking, but we did more than what we ever expected to do. So that was pretty cool. And then I went to Cal State Northridge and played there for 1 semester. Like, I was always I was a shorter guy. I didn't hit home runs. I played center field because I could run fast, and I liked diving. Yeah. That was like my favorite thing. So I wasn't a big power hitter or anything. And at the time, the coach his name was Coach Batesel, which he brought CSUN up from like nothing. They were like ranked nationally the year before. They had Adam Kennedy on the team, like guys that went on to play in the majors, but played for the Angels actually when the Angels won the World Series. So I played for him. We didn't hit it off at all. I was a short dude, no power hitter. That was his team. So we finally got into it one day. He told me to get the fuck out of here and don't come back.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, all right, whatever, packed my stuff up and left. And that night, some of my teammates called and said, hey, just come back tomorrow, say you're sorry, like, work it out, hash it out. He'll let you back on, no problem. You guys were just whatever. I was like, I think that's my sign. I'm done. Like,
yeah, someone talks to you like that, that's supposed to be in a leadership position. Yeah.
He told me I'm lazy. I'm like, I'm the first guy in the running. When we're running, I'm in the front every time. So I'm not lazy. I'm not out of shape. I'm not, like, I took it very seriously. And I think that helped me when I started racing. So yeah, that was the end of my baseball career. And then
so was that tough? Like, and we were having this conversation before we started the show. Like, your son got a scholarship to go play soccer, and he kind of had the same experience. Like, I don't want to get into all the details, but in his first semester, came home and said, it wasn't a fit for me.
Yeah. No, my son was actually, I think he was better than me in his sport, to where he got a scholarship. He had the opportunity to play. It's just other reasons led him back home. So but it's
interesting that you guys have the same experience though. Yeah. So for you, do you regret coming home? Like saying I'm done?
I regret the decisions I made because I had Division II colleges that would have given me a scholarship to go play for them. But I think I had an ego back then that I thought I was better than a Division II player, and I didn't want to stoop to that level at that point. I only wanted Division I was it, and if I didn't get an offer from it, then that's all I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
So, and at the time, Division I, it's like, I guess I didn't really think about playing, or I thought I could just work my butt off and play, and you know how everything has politics in it. So you learn that the hard way.
Wow, crazy. Okay, so you come home, then what?
So I came home. I had my uncle owned his own pool business, so I started cleaning pools with my uncle. And I always wanted to race dirt bikes. Like when I grew up racing bicycles, we always went to Supercross and we always watched it on TV. So it was always like...
you were a fan of it.
Yeah, I was a super fan of it. And it was something I always wanted to do that would transition you off of a BMX bike and give you that same kind of enjoyment. So I wanted to try it. So I had a dirt bike in the garage. I started going to LACR.
What was the bike? Was it like?
That was a YZ125. Oh, no, I had a CR125, like a 1994 CR125.
Okay, good bike actually.
Yeah.
Was it like a family bike?
Yeah, it was just what we had in the garage. It was my dad's bike, or it was our bike. I think we had a CR80, like a 1986 CR80 in the garage. We had a 1994 125. My dad might have had a 500 at the time.
Okay.
So
you guys had some bikes just sort of as desert whips, you know, for weekends or okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it wasn't like I never rode a dirt bike. Like I rode a dirt bike, but it was just for going camping out in the desert. Yeah. It was never anything.
So you started riding it. How long did you go just riding before, you know what, I want to race this thing?
I probably, no school, no nothing, so I could ride. I worked with my uncle, so we were off at noon after cleaning pools, so I could go ride. Like Honda Valley was closed. And Simi, I could go ride out in Simi. We could go out in Somas. There was some, so once I learned all that stuff, I would just go ride as much as I could, once, twice, 3 times a week, and it was like, I want to go race. Let's just try it.
What year would this have been?
This was I graduated so it was 97-ish, end of 97.
Okay.
And then my first race was CMC Winter Series, I believe it was, December, I think it started back then. December or January.
Yeah.
So January 98. I still have the trophy. I should have brought it.
Okay.
The plaque I got, 125 beginner, CMC Winter Series champion or something.
And the Winter Series and Golden State and all that, they were still pretty big back then.
They were
Transcal.
Huge. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, when I turned B, it was like a full gate of 40 guys with Bobby Bonds and all sorts of fast guys.
Gosh, it's not like that anymore. So as you started racing, I mean, how did the first one go?
The first one went 125. I won. Yeah. I won the next one. It was almost like I was sandbagging.
So your ego was still just like, look at me, I'm the best. I just dominate. I come out.
Yeah. No, it just came very naturally, I guess.
Well, BMX. I mean,
the BMX helps. Like you look at McGrath, and he raced BMX his whole life, and I think it helps to transition onto a dirt bike.
Yeah, for sure. So you're racing. Beginner, did it beginner novice, or was it just beginner intermediate?
Beginner novice.
Yeah.
Okay. So beginner 1 series, so it was like 2 months or 6 race series. Then I turned novice, and then I raced a couple spring series, and then I turned intermediate by fall time that year.
Okay.
So I was racing at the end of the year. It was like Transcal or something back then.
Yep. End of summer.
So I would race B class by that. So it took me 8 months to turn B, right?
Okay.
Or intermediate back then. It wasn't B as intermediate.
Yeah.
So my career went pretty quick, and then that was 98, 99 as a B rider, and then I think 2000 I went to Loretta's as a B rider.
Let's look. I got your results printed out. So 2000, 125 B mod, 250 open B mod, and you got a 3rd and a 5th. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So what helped me a lot was growing up where I grew up is kind of it was like the mecca of motocross Bailey lived there. I think Stanton lived around there. O'Neill's lived there. Billy Payne lived there. So there was a lot of Kenny Zart.
Sean Parolio, I want to say, lived up there. Do you remember that name?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, there was a handful of kids up there.
Yeah. So I actually was racing, and my neighbor, Alex, he was buddies with the guys at the Racer's Edge, so he kind of said, I have this kid that's lives across the street from me that's racing. So I met Jason at the Racer's Edge, and from the point I met him till he was my very first sponsor and still is like a brother, a mentor, a best friend, always will be forever.
Yeah.
Like, he's helping Caden now. Like, so he basically took me under his wing and took me everywhere.
Yeah. Awesome. So I had a question here. Was there somebody that was helping you, kind of coaching you, helping you along the way as you were learning? Sounds like it was him.
Well, he was more like
the
support guy. But I had so when I first started racing, somehow I met, I think just from going to LACR, do you remember Michael Young?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yamaha.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Michael Youngs.
Yeah. The guy who worked at Kawasaki as a test driver.
Yes. So he lived so I became good friends with him. So I rode with him all the time because it was like an hour for me to get to his house.
Okay.
So he had a track right outside his house, like it was bitchin' desert track, and I'd ride with, and he was a lot faster than me.
Yeah,
so,
he was fast, a good rider.
Yeah.
So he kind of helped you.
He pushed me, and then once I became a B rider, we kind of separated. I don't think he continued racing or wasn't into it as much. I don't really remember. So then Healy started training me quite a bit. I was with Healy twice a week, and he was my guy.
All right. Mike was great.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Who was in the group this is a little different because you started when you're older, but who was kind of in your group of guys you were always riding with and racing with?
So the guys I was racing with was Hansen, Lanovich, Stevie Mertens, what's his name? Another Jesse Casillas. Okay, yeah. Those sort of Evan Loffridge.
Those are some blasts from the past right there.
Yeah. But the guys I was always, so Jason was really good friends with the Alessis because the Alessis lived in Moore Park. So I rode a lot with the Alessis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
When I was intermediate, I would ride with the Alessis all the time. Alessis were probably 10 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say they would have been a bit younger.
Yeah, right? 8 or 10, but Tony knew where all the tracks were. So there was a track out in Soma just to beat up. We called it the barn track. Just beat up, hammer track, and we would always meet each other out there. So, I knew Mike and Jeff and Tony quite a bit. Yeah, really well.
Okay.
So,
was there a racer or racers that you looked up to at the time that you were kind of, trying to emulate?
Well, growing up, I always liked. Why can't I? Doug Henry was as I got more as a fan, Doug Henry was the guy, and before him, Rick Johnson. So those were always the guys as a kid.
Yeah.
95 was when Doug got hurt the first time, right?
So. And that's why he became like a hero. It's like the guy got hurt real bad and then came back and won.
He's unreal. It's a shame that, that guy's unreal.
Yeah.
Like what he did in 95.
Yep.
And where he even came from, dude. That dude was it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
We had him on the show, and him telling this story was great. But to do what he did, break his back the way he did, come back, break his arms the way he did on that, when that 4-stroke was being developed.
Yeah.
Then win the first Supercross, then win the outdoor title. Yeah. His story's just wild. And then a legend in Supermoto, and then gets paralyzed again in some freak accident there. It's crazy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, good guy to look up to, and just a great dude too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you never got into off-road at this time, though. You were just
moto. I was strictly moto.
Okay.
I didn't even know off-road existed really until I became more of a local pro.
Okay.
Then I would race off-road just to race.
Okay.
Then that's where I met Kurt.
Gotcha.
So
you're doing like hair and hound, or what were you doing?
No, it would be like a big 6. So I lived. Okay. By that time, I moved to Santa Clarita. We'd ride at Gorman quite a bit. I'd ride with Caselli all the time, and he would go.
He was high desert, right?
Yeah, he was high desert, Palmdale.
Yeah.
So but all his tracks were like when you're off-road racer and you race these works races and all this stuff, everyone thinks you ride off, but you're basically a moto. Yeah. So
all those guys, works guys anyway. I can't speak for GNCC. I think it's just different country back there, but yeah, out here you just ride motos. You just ride long ones. Mm-hmm. You ride for a full tank of gas and
for sure
fill up and keep going.
Yep.
So what? I mean, outside of, you said you went to Loretta's here in 2000. Had you done any big amateur races up to that point? Other than like SoCal stuff? Like, did you do World Mini? Did you do Man?
Yeah, I did World Mini because World Mini was in Vegas. I never went to Ponca. I never went to Florida.
Florida or Texas?
I went to Texas. I broke my back in Texas, but I didn't. So it's a funny story.
Is this Whitney?
Whitney.
Yeah.
So I went to Whitney. It was I think it was an A rider. So it might have been 2001 because I raced Billy. Billy was like the man back then. Lanovich. That's when he was Yamaha.
Okay, yeah.
So I actually won the first moto. I beat him. So I was so like over the moon. Like, oh crap, I beat Billy. Like, this is awesome. So then the next moto, the start there was crazy. Like, it was really fast. It was like and then it went a left sweeper. And
I love that place.
I love that place too.
Such a great spot, yeah.
It was gnarly. It was rough. It's like old school motocross. Like, the rougher the better, and the more old school motocross, the better I liked everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I think I like Mammoth so much, because it's not about jumping or anything. It's just about being tough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyways, that left-hander, huge pile up. I crash. Hurt my back real bad. I didn't end up racing the rest of the week because my back was so jacked. And then that was when, so it was Whitney, and then Mosier was the next week. So we go to Mosier, and I didn't know. I just thought I had like a hematoma or whatever. So I was still in pain. There was practice. The first day it was practice. Watson's with me. So Jason Eck dropped me off. My wife, like Nicole, she went with me everywhere. She's my wife now, but she was there from the very beginning.
Oh, you guys met way back then?
Yeah, way back, high school. So she's been with me through my whole. So Nicole she's part of every story.
Okay.
So Jason takes me there. Watson meets there. So I have like a mechanic or someone there to help me. So I'm like, dude, my back still hurts so bad. And Watson's like, oh, here, take one of these. Just have half of it.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. So it was a pain pill, right? So I go out there. I didn't know what it was. He's like, just take it. So I go out there, and I feel like I'm going so fast. And everybody's just blowing by me, and everything.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, it's just like everything's slow motion, but I feel like I'm going so fast. But I'm like, what the heck? What was that? What'd you give me? So I never took a pain pill after that.
What was it?
It was just like a Vicodin or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something mellow, but I'd never taken one before, so I didn't know what it was.
So was your back screwed up?
Yeah, so I didn't know at the time, but when I really broke my back, they found that was broken as well. But I didn't know. I never
like one of the spinous process?
Yeah, just one of the little wing things that hang off the edge. Yeah. So
isn't like structurally a big deal, but painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they found like old calcium deposits where it was broken.
Yeah.
Jeez. Sketchy, man.
So I ended up racing. I think I don't know. I did okay.
Yeah.
Got tore down, I believe. Back in that
days
when everyone
got to experience some drugs.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. A little bit of everything
Thanks,
that weekend.
Kenny.
Yeah, a little bit of everything that weekend.
Oh, you got torn down though. You got protested.
Yeah, I think the guy protested that. I think his kid might have got like 7, so he protested the top 5 people.
Shut up.
Yeah, you know how it was back then. So I was like, oh, cool. I need to do a top 10 anyways. Thanks for my $250. Appreciate it.
Right. Yeah, because you got to pay, and if they're legal, they keep the money.
They keep the money. Yeah.
I think it's still that way, right?
Yeah. Yep. It's a little bit more expensive, I think, now, though.
Oh, man. That's crazy. So what was you go to Loretta's, and you do really well. I mean, dude, for the first time, a 3rd and a 5th, like you were solid in both classes.
Yeah.
And B classes, you probably have manufacturers keeping an eye on that. Did you have any interest after that?
No,
And what was your I mean, Loretta's is like, especially, I haven't been there in a long, long time, but I just see the video and picture, and I'm like, gosh, this place is crazy how big it's gotten.
Oh, so I went this last year with my kid, and I haven't been there since I worked for Schoberg in 2008. So I went there with Schoberg, but then prior to that, I've never been there since 2002, and it's night and day difference now. It's there's way more parking lots, there's way more people, but MX Sports does such a good job. Like,
yeah, they do.
It's a class act. It's ran great. I think you get what you pay out of it. Like, I wouldn't change anything to go there with my kids again. It's awesome. They experienced it. They loved it. But from where it was to where it is now, it's crazy how much bigger it is.
I haven't been since 92.
Oh, wow. You got to go.
I need to go. Yeah, I know.
You need to go check it out.
I was threatening to go this year because I turned 50. I'm like, I'm going to go do 50 plus, and I'll be the young kid. But my knee has been so screwed up. I can't even ride. So maybe next year.
Yeah, you got to go check it out. Yeah, so this year I raced a Yamaha 2000.
That's why you did so well.
Yeah, what year was that? 2000, I think?
2000, yeah.
Or no, 99. 99?
2000, you got the third and the fifth.
Okay, so I rode a Yamaha, and then in 2001, I got a ride from Honda.
Oh.
So it's like the first year I think Honda started back with amateur racing. Okay. Do you remember Eric Krippa?
I remember Eric Krippa.
So from
best sandwiches on the planet.
Dude, Krippawich all day.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Best guy ever. But yeah, I was testing, or I was good friends with Corey Newer, who worked for MX Racer. This was prior to me even going to Loretta's, like when I started riding. So,
was this the era when like McGavran rode for them on a mini bike?
Yes.
And, okay.
Yeah. I was actually friend. It's funny, all these names.
I know.
It all starts new like memories and stuff. But yeah, McGavran, he was always a class ahead of me. He was older. He was A when I was B. He was A.
Okay.
He was always a little bit ahead of me, but or maybe he was below me. I don't remember, but I remember watching him all the time. So him and Hamlin used to battle every weekend.
Sean Hamlin, yeah.
But yeah, so MX Racer, Don Maeda was part of. I think he was the editor of MX Racer. Then Corey was associate editor or something. So they brought me on to do some testing and write some stories and do some stuff for them. So I met Krippa. And then after I went to Loretta's, Honda started back up a program, and they helped me and Turbo Reef. I don't know if you remember Turbo. So,
Turbo's a fireman now in Santa Barbara County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and Turbo were like the first two guys back on the Honda amateur support ride.
Okay.
So, and Krippa.
Sweet. So what were you contracted to do? Like, were you moving up to pro?
No, I was staying. Yeah, I went to A.
Amateur A.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I went to A in 2001. And then Krippa, that guy helped me so much. Like, always, he was the best guy ever. Like, anything I needed, anything, if I ever needed something, if I needed a part, he was doing my motors. Like, he was doing everything.
So was he in charge of the amateur program?
He wasn't, because it was so, like, Bill Savino was kind of in charge. There wasn't really anybody in charge because it was like kind of like they were getting back because they stopped for whatever reason. They started back, and then it was just me and Turbo, and it was kind of like almost like a backdoor deal, I think, in a way.
Yeah.
That's why Krippa was heavily involved, because we got some parts from Krippa. And
gotcha. There was like a ton of maybe around 1990-ish. All the manufacturers you could make so much money in contingency. I can't remember around 2000 what it was like, because I kind of already was in the pro racing by then. But like, you could make a good living.
Yeah.
Just looking at the manufacturer's contingency, going, okay, I'm going to do this series here, and I'll go to Arizona and do this one, and I'll do that race and Mammoth, and like, you didn't have to race pro nationals or Supercross. You could make a good living just finding money races.
Yep.
Make $5, $6, $8 on a weekend.
Yeah.
Racing 4 classes.
Yep. For sure.
So
it was easy to make a living back then, racing.
And I feel like it went away, like for whatever reason, it all kind of petered out, and then maybe around this time it was building back up again.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. I think that's exactly why it started coming back. Because I remember in like 04, 05, when I was kind of a privateer, I would go chase contingency and race whatever. That's when I started racing works. So I raced the Arizona Supercross on Saturday and went and raced a works race on Sunday. Okay. So just to make contingency. Yeah. So
it was good money. And then I think it died again in 08 with the housing crash. And now maybe it's on the rise back up.
Someone but I think it's kind of like, I think Cowie's contingency is pretty stepped up, pretty big right now. It reminds me of 2000. I call 2008 was like liquid money year, it seemed like, because works racing was huge. There was 42 guys on the gate. Like Kyle Lewis was there. You had lots of manufacturers putting big money. There were semis at the works races. Yeah. KTM was huge at the works races. Honda was just getting back into it with Johnny Campbell. That's why we were there. But they had qualifiers. There was over 40 guys on the gate. But like Cowie paid, I think it was like $20,000 to win a works race back then.
I did one in Havasu around 07. So it would have been with that window. And there was, factory rigs. And one of the Cowie guys got hurt. So I was writing for Racer X, and I went and raced their bike at Havasu for a story.
Oh, cool.
I don't remember who the rider was at the time, but
Dietrich or Justin Soule.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't remember. But I remember I was blown away at how fast the guys were going.
Yeah.
It was hotter than hell. I almost died.
Yeah.
You go down by the lake, they were dumping water on you. But yeah, I remember just thinking, wow, off-road's big. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It was big back then.
And sadly, which we'll get to later, that series is kind of petered out a bit. But
yep.
Okay, so 01, you're doing Honda stuff. How did that season go?
That season went well.
I don't see it, Loretta's.
I didn't go to Loretta's that year. I felt like I wasn't ready. That was like my first year as A.
Okay.
That's why. So I just worked real hard. Like obviously I probably had some talent because I moved pretty fast through the ranks and stuff, but I just liked working. I liked training. I liked being fit. I always felt a big reason for me wanting to go race dirt bikes is because I played team sports for so long. And when you play a team sport, you're at the mercy of your team. Yeah. Like if one guy's not training, then he's bringing the whole team down, but there's nothing you can do. And there's so much politics. Like I was a short guy. I wasn't big. I wasn't hitting home runs. So I feel like I got isolated. Whereas I felt like if I went and raced a dirt bike, if I put the work in, if I put the results in, like people would come to me. Like I would get, but later on down my career, that wasn't the case. Like there's politics in everything. There's politics in motocross, there's politics in baseball. It's unfortunate, but it's all part of everything, and it's all part of like me learning.
I mean, but it is, I would say it definitely is a little more of the responsibility in moto falls on you.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I mean, again, as team sport dad, and you know this very well, like it doesn't matter how well your kid's playing, if the team isn't all doing it, then they do crappy and it's harder to get looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just,
100%.
In moto, at the end of the day, you can be a total butthole, but if you're winning, you have a ride.
No, for sure. 100%.
Anyway, okay, so that year went kind of however it went, and then you turned pro in 02, right?
Yeah. Yes. 2002 is, 2001 I turned A, and I just raced A. And then 2002 I raced A again as well.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, that was the year I went to, I went to Loretta's. Like Evan Lawfridge was the guy that won the Horizon, but that was a year it was like Hansen, Casillas, Lawfridge, me. We were like the main guys.
Lawfridge, what happened to him? That name is a total blast from the past.
It's funny when I went to Loretta's this year and raced with Caden, or last year, or no, this year. Evan messaged me through Instagram. He's like, "You're racing Loretta's?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, dang, blast from the ass." He's like, "I would have whooped your ass that year." I said, "Yeah, I didn't get to race, obviously." So, but yeah, I went there. I got there early, went to go ride Friday, broke my back, so I never ended up racing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so I didn't get to race. I was there, but broke my back.
That's why it shows you down as 42nd in both classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How, broke your back like legit?
Legit, yeah. Compression fractured 4 vertebrae, then broke the little wing thing. So they said...
Which part of your back?
T5, 6, 7, 8, right in between my shoulder blades. Mm-hmm. So I was in that. You have a picture of me in the little turtle shell.
Yeah.
So I went back to Loretta's, watched a couple races, and then my mechanic at the time...
No surgery or anything?
No surgery.
Yeah, okay.
I just had to wear a back brace for a while.
Brutal.
Yeah. So that sucked because I felt like I had a shot, like a true shot to win, and like me and Evan battled all year. So
yeah. Dang. It's so that this is the bad thing about moto. You get a bad injury or something at the wrong time. Like a lot of it's timing.
Yep.
Some of that's timing as an individual. Like maybe you're just a little too young to deal with something, or maybe it's like this where it was really your time to shine and an injury took you out, and then you know what I mean. Like your career could have gone these different directions.
All different ways. Yeah. But it's your path is your path, and I think I learned a lot from it, and here we are.
Yeah. And maybe to say something positive about team sports, it's like if you do have an injury or a bad game, your teammates can also lift you up, right?
Yeah.
In moto, it's better or worse. It's on your shoulders,
For sure.
So it's good and bad, I guess. Yeah. It's interesting. Okay, so you also did a pro race in 02, a couple of them. You did Salt Lake.
Yep.
Supercross. 21st.
Yeah.
Was this your first ever one?
Yeah, I think I did. I only did that because we were allowed to and still race Loretta's. And I think that's funny. I got a good story about that. I think I made the main. Kenny Watson, that was the year Kenny ran the Plano Honda team. And
I rode for him that summer.
Oh, you did?
I filled in for Sheik, who was hurt.
Yeah.
And Sheik ended up being manager.
So I did a factory for a day at Steel Creek.
Steel City?
Okay. At that year as well for the outdoors.
Then we were teammates.
Yeah, we had to have been.
Yeah, I've got the Shark Plano Honda helmet in my garage.
So anyways,
okay.
I forget who was riding for Watson at the time, but he was
Casey Johnson, Travis Elliott.
Travis Elliott was going for the championship, I think. Because I was going through the whoops in the main and I crashed and somehow was like, he was right. Travis was behind me at the time.
Was Tedesco riding for them yet? It might have been Ivan.
Might be
because Ivan and Gio both rode for Plano too at a time.
One of them. But anyways, I come off the track and Watson's all, you don't even belong out there. What are you doing on the track? You're a disgrace. Like just chewing my butt the whole time about you don't even belong out there. So, dude, that just resonated in my head forever.
Oh, no.
Because Watson's my guy, right?
Yeah.
He was always in my, that's what I was telling you. He was either on my side or he wasn't on my side. He was Kenny, my mentor, or Kenny, the guy just freaking laying me out. So.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kenny.
Yeah. So I just remember it vividly, him just chewing me out when I came off the track.
Just because you were like.
Just because I crashed in the whoops and got in the way of his guy and could have taken him out and ruined whatever, his win or whatever was going on at the time.
Okay. That sounds like Kenny. Okay, so you did that.
Yep.
And then you also did Glen Helen.
Yep, because they were local. They were just close to us. And
what was that first experience like in pro racing?
It was gnarly, especially Salt Lake on a CR125 back then. Like
those bikes weren't fast.
They weren't fast at all. And I remember watching the PC bikes, the Cowies, like being able to jump the triples no problem at Salt Lake. And here we are, here I am on my Honda, and I can't even do the triple. Couldn't pull like this. The tracks were gnarly back then.
Yeah.
Like I think nowadays a triple's 70 feet every time.
Yeah, back then there was a big one and a small one.
Yeah, and you don't know how big it was.
Yeah.
It was
you
like
had to walk it off and guess.
Yeah.
I think. The problem people will never understand trying to click third on the at the base of a triple, and going. I think I have enough RPM to pull it, and it'll go.
Yep.
I mean, you're doing like Rain Man calculations in your head, and it's like at the end of the day, was the dirt real sticky? Was it hard packed? Because if they would used to take dozers and track it. Remember that?
Yeah.
And if it was tracked, that would pull your RPMs down. Like, dude, there was so many.
Yeah, you're always searching for that hard pack so you could get the more drive on the 125.
Ugh.
Nowadays, you just jump it in on a 4-stroke in second gear.
Just sit down, second gear, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of that season, now you're going into 03.
03. So
did you still have Honda support then?
Yeah, 03 we had Honda support. Jason from the Racer's Edge actually started a team for us. So it was.
I think I remember that.
It was Travis. I think Travis was on the team, and Kenny worked for him.
Okay.
Travis Elliott and Casey Lytle, myself, and Cloud Toda.
Cloud, yeah, okay.
So we had a semi. Chuck Franklin was our title sponsor. Drew Brothers. They did the
motorcycle attorney.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. It's funny. I talked to him the other day. I was with Victor.
Did you?
Yeah, Victor was meeting him for breakfast. It was so random, and I called Victor to see if he wanted to come road bike, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm meeting this guy at breakfast. Maybe you know him, Chuck Franklin." I said, "Oh my God, I haven't talked to that guy forever."
So he's from Arizona. I went to high school in Arizona. So we just became friends because he would come out and ride at the tracks and stuff. And I remember right when I had moved to California, he wanted to have his Porsche out here for Anaheim.
Yeah.
And I was driving out. He goes, "Hey, why don't you drive my Porsche out?" I'm like, he had like a 911. It was beautiful. Dude, I did that. I took that thing across the desert fast.
That was Chuck. He always had the cool stuff.
He did, man.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Okay, so take me into 23. This looks like you didn't do the whole Supercross series. Were you trying to?
No, I think I got hurt.
Yeah.
I think I might have broke my collarbone. So I think I did like a couple, and then there was a arena cross race in Reno maybe, and then I broke my collarbone. Somewhere along I got hurt somewhere in there.
Okay.
But it was so hard back then to be a good Supercross rider because as a privateer, there was no tracks, there was nowhere to ride. So for me to go race Supercross, do you remember Brian Staben? Does he ring a bell? So Brian Staben, he's an old moto guy that lives in Moore Park. Rich Taylor was friends with him.
Okay.
He has a little tiny fairground track, arena cross track, if you will, in his backyard.
That was all you could get back then.
Yeah, so that's where we would practice, but it was nothing like Supercross. Especially whoops back on a 125 is you had to skim them and to never practice it and then try to go out there and on the stock CR 125. It was pretty hard. So yeah, I don't remember what happened, but I only raced. But I wanted to race outdoors. That's all I cared about. Really.
So Supercross was never your bag. You're kind of
well, once I got on a 4-stroke, I loved Supercross. I just could never get through the whoops because with the BMX background, the jumps and the rhythm and all that stuff, I can still go do the jumps and the rhythm, no problem. It's just the whoops always kicked my butt.
Well, we got short legs.
Yeah.
Doesn't help us.
That didn't hurt you, though.
Well, I was really lucky because when I was living in Arizona, kind of getting ready to turn pro, I had Jimmy Button. And so I'd ride with him a lot, and he would help me, and I'd watch him, and now he's got legs as tall as I am, but I could at least see what he was doing and try to emulate it and stuff. So, and we would go sneak onto tracks. I don't know if you did this. The Honda gate, if you would hit it hard enough, it would pop open.
Oh, no way.
And so we'd go ride the Honda track. Sorry. But this was mid-90s, you know.
Yeah.
And then there was the old De Anza Supercross track. Did you ever go there?
Mm-mm.
Yamaha had a factory test track at De Anza, the old motocross facility. And the whole place closed, but that track was still there, just overgrown.
Huh.
And so we'd sneak in, ride out there, and moto that. And then Jeremy's. When I moved out and lived with Randy Lawrence, he was friends with Jeremy. He and Phil were. So I could sneak onto Jeremy's track with him now and then if I did enough shoveling.
Cool. Yeah, did your dues.
Yeah. But it was hard. Man, it was hard. You had to know somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was hard.
And it was such an advantage back then.
Now there's at least a few local tracks. They might not be awesome, exactly like Anaheim, but at least it's similar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, get you to where you need.
So then you had some injuries in Supercross. How did the outdoors go?
Oh, outdoors. So
in 03, you're on a 125 CR
125. So somewhere in the Supercross, I was out in the desert, I think maybe with the Alessis, because they lived up in the high desert, and I ran into Brownie. And I was always a fan of Brownie. So I was sitting there, we were riding, maybe we were doing a magazine thing or something, but I'm I got to go talk to him. So I go over and I'm talking to him, and then he was really cool. Brownie.
Was he riding for Mitch that year?
Yes, he was still riding for Mitch.
Yeah.
So then we go ride, and I'm dude, I want to, I need somewhere to stay in the summertime when I go back east. I'm just going to ask him. What's he going to say? If he says no, who cares? At least I asked him. So I asked him, I said, hey, what are you doing? Can I come out and ride with you? So he's like, oh, yeah, come on down. So Brownie, I went to Brownie's house all summer. It was, the best thing ever. I got to ride with this legend guy. I got to be around him.
You stayed at his house?
I stayed at his house. I lived down in the basement. We became really good friends. It was, it made the summer great just because I got to, I could tell stories all day about Brownie. You know how he is. He's so soft-spoken. But as soon as you put a helmet on him, he's a totally different guy.
Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. Mountain bikes, road bikes. Right? Yeah, there was always a local road bike, a race every Wednesday night we would we'd ride from his house and then go to the race. So one night we're riding out there and he's okay.
Like a criterium or what was it? Like a crit race?
No, it's it was 2 laps around this thing, but it wasn't like a crit because it wasn't a circle. It was kind of you would climb but you would do 2 laps and they'd separate the groups. It'd be an A group, B group, C group. So me and Brownie go in the A group and we're take off and Brownie leaves me because he's out with the front guys, and then we get towards the end where we got to go right to go back to the second loop, and I see this guy and it's Brownie and he goes left. And I'm oh, what happened? He's all, screw them guys. He's all, those guys are they're attacking, and he was just getting all pissed off. So he said, so the next week, he's all, you're going in the B group. Or no, you're going in the A group, and then you're going to pull me along until you can't, and then I'm going to smoke these guys. So it was always some gnarly thing, right?
He's just a competitor.
Such a competitor. Yeah. We went to Unadilla, raced the national. We drove together. Like, I drove to all the races, and he generally drove with me or would drive his van. So we drove together that one in the motorhome.
Okay.
And we drive there. We get done racing. We hop in the car. We're driving back to his house, and we're like 2 hours. We're not going to get to his house till 4 a.m. So we're driving. He's like, "Hey, there's a mountain bike race tomorrow." I'm like, "Brownie, we just raced. Like, we're going to drive all night. We're not racing mountain bikes." "Oh, yeah, good idea. We're not going to do it." Like, an hour goes by. "Hey, we're going to race that mountain bike race." I'm like, "Okay, cool. We won't race it. We'll just ride. Like, it'll be good. We'll just, like, we'll get home. We'll
recovery ride.
Recovery ride. So we get home at 4. We wake up at 6. We got to drive like an hour and a half to this mountain bike race. We get there. We get dressed. We do like a warm-up lap. And I told Brownie, I'm like, "Hey, we're not going to the front. We're just going to sit in the back here, and we're just going to chill." "No. You know what? Brownie's got to go to the front." So we're at the front of the line, and these like 5 dudes come up and park their bikes in front of him. And he looks back at me, and he's, Brownie, he's mother effing the guys, like, out loud. "These guys, I don't know who they think they are parking here. They better freaking go," and da-da. So the like horn goes for us to take off, and it's single track. Well, Brownie's like 4th because these guys, and all I can hear Brownie is mother effing these guys.
Out loud, he's yelling.
Out loud, as loud as he could, in the ivy, passing them. Like, the single track. He's up on the side hill of this thing, passing these guys, chewing them out, yelling at them. So they're gone. They like are on a sprint race, right? So I'm just cruising. So I'm getting close to the finish, and I see this guy right in front of me. I'm like, "Oh, dang, who's this guy? I'm going to pass a guy right before the finish." Well, it's Brownie. He got a flat.
Oh.
Yeah, so he said they were just talking shit the whole time and going off. But there was always stories like that with Brownie.
Yeah.
Like, we were practicing one day out at Osborne's track, and we'd always practice together, and he goes by me, flipping me off, and blows off the track saying, "Oh, mother F you," and goes off the track, and then cuts, and we continue the moto. And I'm like, we go back to the truck. I'm like, "Brownie, what was that for?" He's all, "I didn't do nothing." I'm all, "Brownie, you flipped me off and your mother effing me." He's all, "Yeah, you suck on the weekends, and then I can't even pass you out here, so I'm pissed off." So it was always something. Like,
and he was pretty aggressive with gardening too, I understand.
Oh yeah, I think we did more gardening and more yard work and laying pipe than we did dirt biking. So
that was your payment for coming out and staying.
Yeah, dude, it was just cool to be around him. Like,
yeah,
he's a great dude. He's a legend, and
such a good dude.
Yeah, learned a lot from him.
Okay, so I'm looking through the results here in 03, and I was riding for Moto World, and I'm thinking we were probably battling. I mean, 13th, 15th, 7th. That's kind of where I was.
Yeah,
that summer.
Outdoors.
Yeah. Do you remember us battling on?
I remember. Oh. Yeah, I remember always watching you and always like being around you guys. So, yeah. Like, it's funny. So, I went to what year was it that they had the Motorsport Outlet team, the Honda team? 03?
Oh man.
Was it 03 or 04? I think it might have been.
It was after I was done, so it would have been
04,
05.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, 04. I privateered again. Well, we can get to 04, and then I can tell you.
Yeah. Anything interesting from 03? You were just kind of.
No, that was just my rookie year, and I was just pumped to be outdoors, train my butt off, and got to stay at Brownie's house, which was legendary. And
okay, so then take me into 04.
So 04, I got a ride from Moto Triple X.
Oh, that was Moto Triple X. Okay.
Yep. So I started the season Moto Triple X in 04.
And you're riding what?
Honda
Suzuki?
No, Honda.
Okay.
Honda. That was the first year they had their 4-stroke 250.
Okay. How was that bike?
It was good. It was just nice to be off the CR125.
Yeah.
Back then.
It was weird those years, like in 01, I was riding for factory KTM, but Ernie and Ernesto were on that 250F Yamaha. And it was like, it was so unfair, right? And then it just got worse every year.
Yep.
By this point, Mitch has got his bikes going. And
yep.
Do you remember how fast like Tedesco's bike was?
Dude, I rode Brownie's. So in 03, Brownie had his 125 still.
Okay.
And I rode his 125. And I told him, I'm like, why am I even lining up to race? It's not even like comparable.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to compete? Like, this thing is.
That was a 125.
125. Yeah. So it was not even a comparable thing.
Okay. So you're better. That's obviously a much better bike. You did, again, I've only got you a couple of rounds of Supercross. Hurt again or just like struggle busing that year in Supercross?
No, so I was told, so I rode for Motor Trip. That was when Kyle Lewis was the team manager / rider.
Yeah.
The 4-stroke the 250 was new. They had Alan Brown. He was a mechanic for Kyle at the time. He was doing the motors, and it was just a lot of struggles, like for me personally, and I think for the team as well. Like Nolene was doing the suspension. I was always a pro circuit guy. I always had the help of Bones. So for all those switches and not to get a bunch of testing, no tracks to ride, new bike.
You guys still didn't have a track?
No, we didn't have a track. Moto Triple X didn't have a track. Like Moto Triple X was a great team. Like it looked the part professional-wise, but we didn't have test tracks. We didn't have...
What was Kyle doing?
Kyle had a track out in the Palmdale by his house, like a desert Supercross track. It was okay. I rode there every once in a while, but like I said, I struggle with whoops really bad. And I told Kyle one day, I said, dude, I just we need to go testing. He's all, no, you need to commit to the whoops. I was like, I am committed. Okay. So next practice, it was like, okay, I'm going to show him, over the bars, right? So it wasn't about the commitment part of it. I just lacked maybe technique in the whoops and bike setup and all that sort of stuff. I was still so green. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just rode.
Yeah, you can't push the commitment. The commitment is a big deal.
Yeah.
But you can't commit until you have the technique right.
Right.
You know. So
then you just crash. So
you just crash.
Like,
how's that for commitment? Take me to the hospital.
Exactly. If the tracks didn't have whoops on it, like I would have done great. Like when I had good results at Supercross, it was always with the least amount of whoops.
Yeah. You'd have probably done better on the East when the whoops get just flattened out and jumpy.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of it is set up, man. I had years where if my bike worked well, like the Suzuki I rode those years, I could, it was like the most comfortable I'd ever been. I could go through anything. Then I had other years where I didn't have that, whether it was motor or suspension. If it's not right, good luck. You're pushing a rock up the hill.
For sure.
Okay, so take me to the Nationals that year.
So the Nationals,
that
I
bike
think,
better? For outdoors.
So I started out the year with. So we go to Hangtown, I believe was the first race. Was it Hangtown or was it Glen Helen?
No, Glen Helen first.
So then we go to Hangtown, and I asked. We were working on a modified bike, and I asked the team. I said, "Hey, just give me a stock bike," because we were having problems with getting a good motor.
Okay.
Just give me a stock bike.
Was it braking or?
Yeah, it was braking.
Oh, okay.
So just give me a stock bike, I'll be fine. So they didn't give me. So I go out, and we had a race to qualify back then. It wasn't time. So I go out in the race, and my bike broke. So I had to go to the LCQ. We had to scrounge a bike together at last gate pick. I ended up not qualifying. So I was furious. So I went back, gathered my thoughts, talked to Jason, talked to Kenny. Like, I don't know if I want to move forward with Motor Triple X, and it's just not working out. It's not like suspension. I'm having troubles with the engine. Like, so then we went to Steel City, or that's what it was, right? No, Mount Morris.
Yeah, High Point, Mount Morris.
Mount Morris, and Matt Willows was on the team. He was the other 250 rider. So we show up, and he's got different stuff on his bike than mine. So I guess I took that a little personal. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe I struggled last race, but we're on a team, should be equal to a certain extent. So I got pissed. I'm like, I'll just do my own deal. So I raced that race, talked to the team after, and said, hey, we're just going to go our separate ways. And I put together, I went home, flew home, had some local people that I know real well that pitched in and bought a couple bikes. Jason had the Racer's Edge. Kenny was at Utopia at the time. So they helped me quite a bit with financially. I used the Racer's Edge. They had a little toter home. So I just got my program together in a week and a half and drove to Southwick.
Okay.
My brother went with me. He couldn't drive, so I drove straight across, like hallucinating. It was crazy. But we got there. My brother's my mechanic. He's on the opposite side of the gate, packing my gate because he didn't know the rules.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he got his butt chewed.
Getting screamed at.
Yeah. But, yeah, put that program together, and it was great. Like, went back to Brownie's house.
Was that a pretty fun summer? I mean, sometimes doing that kind of deal, there's no, like, obligations or pressure. It's just you versus, No,
it's good. I think some of my results were pretty good. That was the year that I talked to the Motor World team or Motorsport Outlet team.
Okay.
It's because I was like, I can't do this myself. I don't want to continue to, like, I feel like my results are halfway decent enough to where I actually, so back up a little bit. So after one of the guys on Factory Connection got hurt and they were having a tryout. This was after Supercross. It was between Supercross and outdoors. This was right before Glen Helen and Hangtown. Okay. So they had a tryout. So it was me, Tommy Hahn, Josh Grant, and one other, Ryan Newton. You remember Ryan Newton?
Yeah, Newty.
So the four of us tried out at Kahia, and they invited me and Josh back for the next day. So the first day was like just some speed, see how you ride. And the next day they wanted us to do 30-minute motos. So we did our 30-minute motos. Like my moto is good, consistent, like fast, just as fast as Josh. I drove there with Frankie, and Mick was the mechanic at the time. And Frankie's like, "Oh yeah, for sure, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the deal." I never rode a bike, so like the bike was great, right? Yeah. To ride a factory bike, your bike never feels like that. So then I was all excited. I thought for sure, okay. Frankie told me. So Kehoe called me that night and said, "Hey, you rode great. You did a great job, but we're gonna go with Josh because he's younger, which I get." Younger, more hype. We brought him up through the amateurs. This is opportunity, so we're going to go with him. So I was like, yeah, no worries. And then I talked to JC Waterhouse at the time. I'm like, thank you for the opportunity. Can you help me with like suspension and stuff like that, just so I can get my bike to kind of feel like yours. So they did some of my suspension and stuff on my bike to help me throughout that year. Okay. So that was nice. But my bike never felt anything like that bike.
There's a lot that goes into those. I mean, as you know, in the race bikes, especially 250 Supercross, motocross bikes, they touch everything. Yep. So,
but then Josh went out and whole shot at Hangtown and did great. Yeah. So they made the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see why. Like he was gnarly.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so that brings me into this is our Seat Concepts hot seat question, guys. If you need a seat for your bike. Check the guys out at Seat Concepts. Custom-made seats. They've got comfort seats for dual sport and off-road stuff. Great products, great company. Tell me a little bit about privateer life, because I don't know if some people really understand. I mean, you touched on it a couple times. Yeah. Driving all night and you're delirious and, it's hard, dude.
Like, it's so hard.
It can be fun if there's no pressure and you don't have a lot of expectation, but the problem is, we're competitive. We have expectation. Mm-hmm. So then you're working on your own bike, you're just hoping to find someone to pit board you. And, I mean, just talk about that experience a little bit, being a privateer.
No, privateer, I'm on, at the Great Outdoors, they did a privateer edition of Motocross. Okay. There's a video, and they did a segment on me, and, a lot of my guys that I work with and stuff have seen it, and I say in the video, like, as a privateer, you get shafted all the time. That was like, basically, like back when I was racing privateer, they had skull tobacco money. So for the top finishing privateer, you would get $2,500. For the second place privateer, you get $1,500. So for some of us privateers, that's like we bank on that money. Like I won that majority of the time. And then, after Loretta's, they have, the amateur kids that are sponsored, that are Yamaha kids or whatever, go and race outdoors. Well, to me, they're factory riders, right? So the last 4 nationals in 2004, you have these amateur kids that are now pros, and, they beat me, but they're getting the privateer money. Mm-hmm. Because, so I went and talked to the AMA guy, and he said, the manufacturer submits a list of their factory riders at the beginning of the year. If they're not on that list, then they're a privateer. I was like, he flew to the race. He has a mechanic. He's not washing his own bike. Like, how do you define that? He's not a privateer. Yeah. So I think the privateer is the life of the sport. If you don't have a privateer, you don't have a gate. You don't have a. Yeah. And I feel like the privateers don't get the recognition that they deserve, because it takes a lot more work, logistics, effort, just to be there to compete. And you're there for the love of it, right? To earn that one extra spot on a factory team that generally doesn't happen for a privateer. I'm a firm believer, like, once you're a privateer, you're always a privateer. It's very hard that it seems like the factory teams just circulate the factory riders. Like if a guy's like I beat many factory guys every weekend, and they still had a factory ride the next year just because they're a common household name. Like I went and talked to the Motorsport Outlet guy's team manager at the time. I forget who it was, but I went to a semi.
Bill Keefe?
It wasn't Bill. I know
it was before Bill.
It was before Bill. But I went and sat in a semi with them. In 2004, I did it at Millville, and just said, "Hey, I want to just put my name in the hat for next year. I'm looking for a ride. These have been my results this year." And he's all, "What's your name?" And I was like, "I beat your guys, at least 2 or 3 of them every weekend." Like, and you don't even. So that to me, that was like a big awakening. Like, if you don't put your name out, it's just like there's just politics. This goes back to the politics thing. Like, if you don't have your name, if you're not constantly like working for yourself, like you can put the results in, but if you're not doing the back work and working for yourself and talking to people, and like the work kind of goes unnoticed in a way.
Yeah, I would agree. You either have to get results like
winning. Yeah,
I mean, I would say top 5.
Yep.
Maybe at a national, if you're inside the top 10 regularly, they'd be like, "Hey, this guy's something, right?" But but an 11th at a 250 national is gnarly.
Yeah.
And you could pull 11th to 15th all summer and kind of go unnoticed. You're right.
For sure.
And that's terrible.
Yep.
And it's something we've talked about, like even with the SMX playoffs. Yeah, it's great. There's $1 million for the winner. And not that they don't deserve it, but like we need that purse needs to be deeper to help those guys that are in those positions, because it is tough.
Yeah, the winner is making $1 million anyways.
I know.
So
it's crazy. But I just wanted to have you. I know you kind of lived that privateer life for a few years, and so
the privateer life's hard. I wouldn't change it for anything. I think it shapes you as a person, creates your work ethic, your drive, your focus. I don't know. I think racing taught me a lot about life and a lot about working. And privateer, like there was a lot of races where I went to by myself. Like I was the mechanic, I was the gate prep, I was the bike washer after my moto. Like
that's gnarly.
But I wouldn't change anything. Like you're just.
I was trying to think of who started out as a privateer, kind of like that earned a factory ride.
There isn't many. Like
Pike.
Who?
Weston
would probably be the best example.
Keith Voss, I think but he had money.
Yeah.
So
no, Weston, when I was amateur rider, I remember at Elsinore talking to Louis, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you got any extra plastic laying around?" Like they were like true privateers, right? Like he didn't really have amateur support. Like Weston would be the great example. Like his tenacity and his work ethic and his drive got him to earn that factory ride.
I'm sure there's some other guys, but nothing's
but not many.
Not many.
I think you can name more factory riders that kind of fell off the front group, top 10, that earned another factory ride the following year before you would. I would rather take a 15th place privateer guy and put him on a good bike and see what he can do with it.
Yeah. There's been a lot of times I've said that same thing where they'll hire a guy who, like you're saying, is kind of a known name, but maybe he's older or he just hasn't had some results in a while, over a young kid who's hungry, who just is on a jalopy or doesn't have any support. Like, man, give that kid a shot.
Give him an opportunity.
Yeah, let him see it. And maybe he won't make it, but maybe
it's not going to be any different than the guy that you're rehiring that didn't do anything on the other bike that he was just on.
Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree. Okay, so 05, I want to jump into that because I feel like this was maybe your best season.
Yeah, it was.
Tell me, going in, who are you riding for? What team at this point?
So 05 was another my own deal again. Okay. HMS Capital was like a lending company, was like my main sponsor who pretty much funded most of it for me. Okay. Honda was still supporting me. But yeah, that was for sure my best season.
Yeah.
I got I think 6th at Anaheim too. It's funny, that race, that was when they had it, like they introduced the fuel rule.
Okay.
And you remember Ultimate 4? It was like a 4-stroke gas VP at major.
U4.
U4 at major pipe weight. Like that was illegal. But I'm on a privateer bike. I'm like, oh, we got to use that fuel. So I got 6. I'm freaking out after the race. I'm like, dude, they're going to protest me that my pipe's bright white. You could see it. You know that fuel is not legal. So we freaking jammed back to the pit, loaded my bike up straight in the motorhome, and jammed out of there.
Took off before the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I was just paranoid. I was stoked, and I always figured something was going to happen.
Yeah. That was your best result?
That was my best Supercross.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there should have been more, but I had a lot of mistakes in the whoops and just not being able to put it together. That track, I remember, had one set of small whoops on like left field side of Anaheim. Shorty went down in it. I remember running his bike over in the I don't know, lap 10 or something. So,
okay.
But yeah, I didn't even know I was in 6th. I got a bad start and just
kept chipping away.
Yeah, Ryan Orr, he was being my mechanic at the time. He put that on the pit board, and I was like, oh crap. Then everything tensed up. I started making mistakes and riding. But yeah, that was a highlight for me.
And then that summer, you went from 125s to the 250 class.
Yep.
At Budds Creek, you jumped up, and you got 11th at Washougal.
Yeah.
In the premier class. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Washougal is similar to Mammoth, and I always rode really good at Mammoth. It's just old school motocross and kind of shadowy, hard packy. I rode 450 well at the time. And I think a 450 as a privateer is more competitive. Like, I didn't have a motor. I didn't have all that stuff to compete with the 250 guys.
No, it's so hard to compete.
Yeah.
Especially at the time, like I said, Mitch was way ahead of everybody in 4-stroke development.
Yes. Factory
connection was good.
Yep.
Yamaha was good, but if you're on a privateer bike, it was worse at that time. I don't know how it is now. Probably still the same way. It was worse off than 125s.
Yeah.
Because with a 125, you could find some local wingnut to clean your ports up and get a high, you could make a few mods and be all right. Close.
Yeah.
Closer. A 250F off the show in floor in 05.
No good.
Not compared to what Mitch is running.
No.
Yeah, it was a different world.
No, sometimes I had you if I just would have done a big board, get a good start, get a good result, maybe your whole career changes. There's lots of scenarios.
Well, there was lots of guys that did that. I mean, Barry Karsten.
Yeah.
Brandis.
Yeah.
Kiefer
on his KTM 150.
There's a lot of guys that did that. I remember one round, Barry Karsten, maybe it was Redbud. And, they till up the start real deep and used to come across the start and do a 180 and kind of back into what's now the second turn. And it's deep. And I'm on a factory bike.
Yeah.
And I'm off the back, and here comes Barry Karsten passing me. And he's big, too. He probably has 20 pounds on me. And it's got a stock pipe.
Oh, dang.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
What's going on?
What's happening right now? Anyway.
Good times.
Okay, so.
Old Bear Dog. Okay, he's still racing. He's at.
His kid's racing now, right?
Yeah. And he's at Loretta's all the time still, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless him. He's a national treasure.
Yes.
Okay, so what about the next year? What did you go to off-road then?
No, so 2005 was the year when I said, if I don't, that's why I think I went to a 450 is if I can't make a living, get some kind of opportunity or ride, I'm not going to race dirt bikes anymore. That was the turning point for me.
Okay.
So I got the opportunity from, I don't know how me and, his name was Ashley Smith. We met, he's from Australia. Somehow we linked up. He might have messaged me on, I don't know how we would have messaged at that time.
I don't think there was social media back then.
But somehow he got a hold of me and he invited me over to race Manjimump 15,000. That's a big race in Australia.
Okay. It's an endurance race or something?
No, it's a motocross race.
Oh.
It's Shane King was there. There's a ton, Shane King when he was back, MXGP guy.
Yeah, he might have been world champion around that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you look at up Manjimump 15, it'll show all the past winners. Jeff Ellis was a past winner there. There's a few American guys, but it's mostly GP guys.
Gotcha.
So they invited me to go over there and race, and I actually won. I won all three. There's a 3-moto format. I won all 3 motos. I don't know. I rode really good for whatever reason. A big purse. It was $10,000. It was great. So
okay.
That sparked. some interest from some Australians. So then I went back, like they had another race in like 2 months called Southern Cross. So I went back there. I think I might have got second there. And then they had the Bearable 1000. It was a big race that Australia was putting on. They put it on for a few times, but they had Josh Coppins there. They invited a bunch of international guys along with the Aussie guys. I was pretty close to Coppins. Like I rode good that day. I got a little arm pump, but I wish I would have been able. I ended up second, but I was hoping I could push Josh a little bit more because at the time he was like MXGP for second place guy.
Yeah.
So after that race, I got an offer from KTM to race over there in 2006. So then I rode for Australia factory KTM in 06.
I was kind of wondering, there's these big gaps in American racing. I'm like, where did he go?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about that year.
Yeah, so 2006, I raced Australia. So they did, their season was like 3 Supercross races and then motocross, and then you would finish out the year in Supercross. It wasn't like Supercross and then motocross. That was the year the KTM wasn't. It was really heavy. It was a PDS bike. The 250 was actually really good, but I was there to race 450. I raced the first 3 Supercross rounds. I had like a 6-point lead in the championship. I got I was racing Dan Reardon.
Yeah.
He was there at the time. Who's the Kiwi guy?
Townley?
No, the other one.
Townley was already gone.
Hurley. Daryl Hurley.
Oh, Daryl Hurley. Okay.
Hurley was there. So there's some kind of bigger name guys there. So then we go into the outdoor season. First 2, I struggled pretty bad, like just trying to set the bike up. I'm so used to, I've rode a Honda my whole career essentially.
Yeah. And
then now we're on this bike. So I'm struggling with getting the bike set up. And then I lived with a guy named Daniel McCoy. You may have known him. He raced here
the name, yeah.
He raced here for Moto Concepts one year. He raced over in Paris and he got paralyzed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. So I still talk to him quite a bit, but he opened his doors to me and I lived at his house and it was awesome. Like we had
Where in Australia do you live?
He lives right outside of Sydney.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had a Supercross track at his house, so we always had some place to ride. But then come outdoors, we were out practicing and the shock blew out on my bike and I went over the bars and the wheel went in my hand and it shattered my finger. This is like a artificial finger joint.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so it shattered up all my hand. So I wasn't able, like this is a implant now, so it took a really long time to heal. So I wasn't able to get back in time for Supercross.
Does the thing function?
Yeah, it functions. It's got more movement than they thought it would get.
Dang.
But that didn't allow me to make it. So I never raced the rest of the
throttle
year.
Hand too, yeah. Right? Like it's a bummer.
So
okay,
that was the end of my KTM Australian factory ride.
But you were leading points when it happened?
Yeah, I was leading points in the Supercross, which kind of sucks because it was like only a 1-point gap between first, second, like the points, the way the points is. So a 6-point lead was huge.
Yeah.
Like I could have went to the next 2 rounds and got third and won the championship still, so no problem. So kind of a bummer.
But no offers then for 07 to stay?
No, so then 07 I got an offer. I rode for Suzuki in Australia.
Okay.
For the Motul Suzuki team.
Was that still who was running at the time? Gosh dang it. I'm brain farting on his name. Do you remember the team manager name?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I'm waiting for you to say it because I forgot. Jay Foreman.
Jay Foreman.
Yeah, Jay. I lived at Jay's house.
Okay.
Because so McCoy lived in Sydney. Jay lived in like Southern Australia, or not Southern Australia. He lived down the coast in like Brisbane, I think.
Okay.
So I lived at his house, and I raced Supercross. My results were pretty good. I threw away a win I should have had. I was leading the whole race and then crashed like an idiot. But yeah, then so at this time, so in 2007, Nicole was pregnant with Caden, and Caden's supposed to be born in July. So it's actually worked out good because the way that the season worked, I would be home in time for him to be born. So we're there. I live there. I don't fly back and forth.
Oh, dang.
So in 06, I lived in Australia basically until I got hurt. So for 6 months. And then when I went back.
Did she come see you at all, or?
No. She just she was busy at work. Like when I was a privateer, I think Nicole pretty much funded a lot of my racing because she worked at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and we always joke like she was the breadwinner and I was the guy out racing and trying to make ends meet. But yeah, she kept us together. She was pretty focused on her career, and so it worked out fine. Like it sucked being gone, but we made it work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I lived at Jay's and then stayed until he called me in the office one day and was like, "Oh, hey, we got to start charging you taxes on your pay." So I'm like, "Well, if you charge taxes and then I got to pay taxes on my American money, then I'm making like 40 cents on the dollar. So it doesn't really make sense for me to stay here racing if I'm only making 40 cents on a dollar."
Okay. So
I had to pay it.
How does that work? How can they tax you and you get taxed over here?
Well, so when I rode for KTM, they just sent the money straight to my bank here. So, and that's how Suzuki started. Okay. And then somehow their tax people were saying that I have to pay Australian tax before they can transfer the money. So I was saying, if I got to pay Australian tax and then I have to pay American tax when I do my taxes, now I'm paying double tax on, so it doesn't make sense for me to stay. So I ended up coming home, and that's when I started. I went and raced a couple off-road races, and then I talked to Johnny, and then that's how I got into the off-road.
And so for 07, you were doing off-road racing?
No, so 07 I raced until basically, I don't know, over there until March or April, and then Caden was born. I went to Mammoth. I raced Mammoth. And then I raced like Zaka Station works races. I raced a couple works races. And then in 08 was the first year that Johnny had a team. So I caught wind that Johnny was going to have a team. So I talked to him in 07 and said, "Hey, I'm interested. I would love to ride for your team." So he said, "Oh, that could be a good fit." So we just continued the talks. And then in 2008 is when I started.
How were you doing at those works events you'd go to there in 07?
Top 5.
Yeah. And who was winning at the time?
Kurt.
Oh, he
Kurt
was?
or Dietrich.
Dietrich was really good.
I think Dietrich and Kurt were the two guys back then. Josh Moros, but he was young. He got hurt pretty bad.
Who was
Bobby Bonds?
Who was the Suzuki kid that passed away?
Josh Woods.
Josh Woods.
Yeah.
He was fast.
Yeah, he was really fast.
Was he that? He was that era too, right?
He was that era. Yep. Or Nathan Woods, sorry.
Nathan Woods. Yeah, he was a good dude.
Yeah.
That was a bummer. Okay, so 08, you're riding for Johnny Campbell. This was the first year of his team?
First year of his team.
Who else was on it with you?
Me, Robbie Bell. Oh. And then we were the works guys. And then for the Baja, it was Kendall, and then Robbie and myself and Quinn Cody.
Did you go race the Catalina Grand Prix? I can't remember the year that was.
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't race that. I think that was 2010. I think that was the year I had my stroke. Oh. That's why I didn't go.
Yeah, I got to ask you about that. I went over and Kendall Norman won.
Yeah.
That's why you just triggered it.
Yep.
That was a crazy event.
Yeah.
Really neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does 2008 go?
2008 was awesome. I always wanted to race Baja just because I trained my butt off all the time. I worked hard, and I figured off-road's the best place to showcase that.
That's probably a good move. I mean, looking at...
Yeah, prolong, it was either that or go work. Passion's dirt bikes, and if you can...
Were you able to make a decent living racing off-road?
Yeah. Because I could, so I got a salary from Johnny. It wasn't like I was not making a salary or anything like that. Privateer, going back to privateer, you could, like you were saying back then, you could go up north and race a little arena cross race or race a fairgrounds race. And back in those days, you could make $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month off contingency in these little local races. So it was a lot easier to make a living racing dirt bikes back in those days than it is nowadays. So Johnny, when I rode for Johnny, I had a salary and we had bonuses, and so you can make a living doing it for sure.
Were you still sneaking off and doing little...
Yeah, I would still race motocross races for sure. I raced Mammoth and whatever races I could, really. I love to race. You work your butt off during the week to go have some fun on... your work is done during the week, and the racing is, the exciting part.
Yeah.
Is where you...
Yeah, that's the payoff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And it is weird, like that's sort of lost anymore.
It is. It's like these kids don't like understand that. Like you get paid to work the week, and that's when you work. And then the weekend is supposed to be the enjoyment where your hard work pays off and where you should be having the most amount of fun.
Yeah, it's different. It's just
it's so
weird how it's changed.
Yeah.
How did that season go? How'd you do with Johnny?
We did great. We that was my first year racing Baja, which was I don't know, Johnny. The first time I went pre-running, like I thought you would have a guy with you. You're out in the middle of nowhere by yourself, and he's like, "Oh no, you just pre-run by yourself. Like you got to get gas here. We'll show you that. Like you learn the ropes, right?" So I was like, I'm not really too comfortable. I'd rather have a guy with me. So the first 2 times Johnny let me bring Ryan Orr came with me.
Okay.
Ryan Orr was huge in a lot of things, like especially in 05 and 06. Like he was my mechanic. He lived in my house. He helped quite a bit.
Okay.
So he went down and he would pre-run with me, and just so you have some. Like I didn't know,
dude. I tell you right now, to me, Baja is like no, thank you.
Yeah.
I just you're going so fast, you know. You're out in the middle of nowhere. To me, it's like all the things, dust, you can't see.
Yeah.
It's all the things I don't like that would make me uncomfortable. They're all, Baja's
right
all
there.
of them. Yeah.
You'd probably like I was like that. Like, so it was kind of weird.
And I don't know. I've never done it. But like just what I see, what I hear, it's like, tell me what it's like doing it.
Like I always wanted to go do it. But then when I got the opportunity to go do it, then all that fear set in, right? Like I was never, but then once you're about to do something, I think then it becomes reality.
Yeah.
But then once I got down there, like the first time was a little bit, okay, this is a little bit, because it's unknown.
Yeah.
But then once you do it and you immerse yourself into it and you're part of it, like it becomes, like Baja's amazing. It's scary, it's mysterious, like you don't know what's coming around, like, but all of that makes it what it is.
Yeah.
Really. The culture is awesome. The people are cool. The trails are awesome. And I always tell people it's as dangerous as you want to make it. Like, it's only you out there on that in the middle of nowhere. If you want to go as fast as your bike can go, that's on you. If you want to go second gear as fast as that's on you. Like, the only person that is holding yourself accountable is yourself.
Yeah.
Like, when you're part of a team, you're expected to put a result in. But if you haven't established a lead, or if, like, there's all different scenarios at play.
Right.
And when you're part of such a good team like Johnny's team, who Johnny was there so many years before I even got to go there, like your team has ran like very, very professional. All the details are covered. Our helicopter was covered. Like our pit strategy was perfect. We were there a week and a half ahead of time pre-running all of our sections, so you know to be on the left side of the course, right side of the course. You know where to slow down. You know where people may be, so you slow it. Like you hear all these horror stories about booby traps and all that, but I raced there for 6 years and like
no issues.
Like you do your homework, you study, you do it right. You know where it's going to be bad, and you know where it's not going to be bad.
Do you GoPro your pre-running and then watch it back and forth?
No.
To me, that would seem like that would make some sense. But
no, you ride it so much.
You do.
I'm there a week and a half ahead before we race, and you know my sections are 250 miles, so you ride all day essentially. So you know every bit of your section that you have to ride.
250 miles of trail and road. You know it.
Really? Yeah, you know it. Like some of it is just fire road, so it's not like you can be anywhere.
Yeah.
And then when you get into technicals, like Baja's not as fast as people really think it is. There's a lot of technical sections, a lot of slow sections. There's a lot of cool sections where you start jumping stuff. Like it is really cool.
Did you ever have a moment? Like Johnny told me a story when he was on the show about I think he was pre-running actually, and he got stopped.
Oh yeah.
And they made him strip down. He's like, well, here it is. They're gonna kill me, and like I'm done. They made him strip all his clothes off and they said start walking away.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, they're gonna shoot me.
Yeah.
And they just took all his crap and left.
Yeah. No, I didn't have anything. I came around pre-running. I think this might have, like, it's crazy. You're in Mexico, so it's like the rules kind of don't apply.
It's Wild West, dude.
Yeah, like you pull up to these military stop, and you have like a 16-year-old carrying an AK, and it's like, whoa. But so I was pre-running my section. I came around a corner, and there's like 4 of them pointing the AK straight at me, like, oh crap. But they're just there. I think they're looking for something or waiting. Like, you just stop, you show respect, and they just let you. Like, they were just, maybe they were military, maybe they weren't. I don't know, but they let me go. I got hit by a car actually in 9 maybe. Like, I was driving. We were going through over this crossover road. We're going towards the coast, and it's this fire road that we go on to get onto like a 2-track section, or it's a road. And the roads are open while you're racing, so nothing's closed, everything's open. That's why the helicopter is so important, because they're up ahead of you on the course, and they can radio down to you and let you know cars coming, stay on the right side, and they kind of like circle around the car so the car is aware that something's coming. So that's why the helicopter's super important, to have a pilot that actually is aware of how to do things. But for whatever reason, the helicopter might have landed to get fuel or something, but there was a car just driving down the road, and it slowed down, and I thought it had score stickers on it, so I thought it was like a part of the score, part of the
promotional group.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, they're letting me go. So I went to go by them, and they turned right in front of me. So I laid the bike down and got stuck underneath.
No way.
Yeah. Like, I laid it down, and I'm stuck underneath it with my ankle done, and I finally, like, another car was right there, so they pull me out. I sit there for a second. I take my boot off to look at my ankle, and my ankle's all good. I took my sock off for whatever reason, so I put it all back on, and everything was fine. And so I just keep going. But that's, like, the craziness about Baja. Like, you never know. There's weird stuff that happens all the time. You hit a cow, like, we're pre-running, we hit a cow. I think it was awesome.
Yeah.
Some scary moments for sure.
That's how Caselli died, right? Is the helicopter had to refuel, so he landed for a minute, and then he hit something, animals.
Yeah. But Caselli's situation, I think, is, I don't know. There's, like, the section where they were racing, so Honda was Kurt was out front, Honda was right behind him. And the course kind of went left and went through a cattle guard, and then it went right, and the section where they went right was full of, like, livestock and cattle, and so Colton was on the bike for Honda, and he went through and hit the cattle guard. So he's been through that section 100 times. Why did he hit that cattle guard? So our helicopter was right there. So KTM landed to get fuel. Our helicopter's there, but Colton hits his cattle guard that he's been through 100 times. Why did Colton hit that cattle guard? Like, it's a series of events. Like, had he not hit that cattle guard, then our helicopter would have been right there, maybe spooked, whatever, jumped out in front of Kurt or whatever happened. There would have been a helicopter over the whole situation.
Yeah.
It may not have ever happened.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, even with Danny Hamill's deal, it was like some fluke car that got on the road.
Yeah,
that's the problem with is that it's such a huge, expansive area of Mexico where like kind of everybody just does what they want. It's some weird deal that happens every time.
Yeah, and to me, like, I believe whatever your life is or whatever your path is, like, that's your path.
Yeah,
there's no like, I think that. I don't know. It's hard to say. Those events happen for a reason. Like, had Cole not hit that cattle guard, Kurt would have been fine, right? Because our helicopter would have scared away the cattle.
Yeah.
Or if he would have crashed, we would have been there to land and get him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, crazy, dude. So did you guys ever win Baja with?
Yeah, we won 4 championships and 3 thousands. The team that I was a part of.
Yeah.
So.
Dang, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you were doing Works racing back then for him, or was it?
Yeah, we did Works in Baja.
Works in Baja, okay.
Works in Baja.
And back then it was Big 6, I think, which became NGPC.
Yeah, we didn't start doing, so Works was really big in 08, 09, 10, 11. It started to taper off, and then that's when we went to Big 6.
Okay.
Johnny started going. We didn't go to Works anymore. We went to Big 6.
Okay. And so you kind of did those same things from all the way up till 2013?
Yeah, so 08, 09, I did the same thing. 2010 is the year. So 09, I did all the same thing, but I got invited to six days team, so it's like the Olympics for off-road. So I raced ISD in Portugal.
Okay.
Which was awesome. It was me, Kurt, Huffman was on the team.
Oh, Damon was on that?
Dude, that's when I got to know Damon. Dude, that guy is friggin' awesome.
He's great.
He's a character.
But you got to get to know him a little because he's kind of quiet at first, and you think, oh, this guy doesn't say much until you get to know him. Yeah.
No, I lived down the street from him in Valencia. Like, he's from Valencia, and we never talked. Like, we never rode. He came to the works races. I was like, oh, another fast guy come. Like, Huffman, like, why do we got it? But then once we went to 6 days together, like, we became friends. Our wives started hanging out. The kids hung out. Like, I went to his house. We did some, but yes, you got to get to know him. And then once he's the freaking funniest dude.
Yeah.
Has so many stories. Like, we would drive to the works races together, and he'd be telling stories all the way there.
Yeah. He's got a it's very dry sense of humor.
Yes.
And the way he'll even tell a story.
It's the best.
Yeah, you kind of don't know if he's being serious or not sometimes. He's great.
Yeah,
I love Huff.
So at Portugal, he had like gnarly, like, I think he was having like tendonitis or something wrong with his arms, and he was like whining and hurting every day and like just pulling through the pain. And then I crashed in a transfer section and ground this finger down to the bone, like smashed it down to the bone, and the bone was sticking out. And I come to the pit, and Huffman's right there, like dealing with his arms, and I'm like, I don't think I can go. And he got in my face, and he's like, I've been dealing with this shit all week. You're getting your ass up, and you're not quitting. So it was a good story from Huffman.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What year? Because we won 6 days with.
I think that was.
You were done already.
Yeah, I was done.
Okay.
2013, maybe it was 14.
It was later than that. I thought it was like
17, maybe.
Yeah, that was a little later.
Yeah,
Taylor Robert.
Because I was at Husky at that time, and Thad was on the team. Taylor, Thad, Caleb probably. Lane Michael was on the team.
Okay.
Sipes maybe. Yeah, 2007.
And that was like the last time we won it. Maybe the only time we won it?
No, we won it twice. We won it again one other year after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So go back up a little bit. 2010, you have a stroke. I don't really remember this. So tell me what the heck happened. Yeah.
So 2010, everything was fine. I was getting ready to go to Baja for San Felipe 250. That's in March or April. So I'm getting ready to go pre-run, and I wake up and I go in to go brush my teeth, and all of a sudden I get this gnarly headache, and my eyes like a little pinwheely, like I'm getting a little bit blurry.
Okay.
So I tell Nicole, I'm like, oh, hey, I got this gnarly headache, and my eyes are a little twitchy, so I'm going to go lay down. So I go to lay down in a bed, and I go to grab like the sheet, and I'm like missing it because my focus is all off. So I get in bed, and I'm laying there, and then Nicole comes up, and she's like, hey, we're going to the hospital. I'm like, oh, I just got a headache. I'm fine. She's like, oh, no, we're going. Let's go. So we go to the hospital. They do like a EKG. They check out my heart. They check, and they're like, oh, you're all good. You probably tore your retina or did something to your retina, so you need to go to the eye doctor. Just go there on Monday. This was like on a Saturday. I'm like, well, if you tell me nothing's wrong with me, I got to be in Mexico tomorrow, so I'm going to leave tomorrow. They're all like, oh, well, hold on one sec. So I get on the phone with the optometrist.
They didn't do CT scan?
No, they didn't, because they thought they did the EKG and all that stuff and thought I was fine.
Okay.
So they call the optometrist, and the optometrist can see me at like 4 o'clock. So Nicole and I go to a wedding. We had a wedding to go to at like noon. So we go to the wedding. Then we drive back to the optometrist. The optometrist does all the tests on my eyes, and they're like, your eyes are fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with your eyes. And I said, well, okay, there's obviously something. So that she got back on the phone, on her cell phone, and called back to the hospital. And the hospital said, okay, send him back over. We'll bring him straight in. So they brought me straight in. That's when they did they did more testing. They did a bunch of testing, and then they did a CT scan, and then when they did the CT scan, they found the stroke. So then they admitted me, but they couldn't figure out what caused the stroke. So I was there overnight, and then the next day they did they stuck a camera down my throat, and then they found a hole in my heart. So the hole in the heart, they said a blood clot more than likely shot through the hole in the heart because I had a bilateral hole. So everybody, I found out.
You have a hole in your heart when you're born.
When you're born. Yeah. And 33% of the population that hole never fully seals. Sometimes it's just on one side, sometimes it's big and it's on bilateral and it's on both sides, but 33% of the population, it never heals. And the only way you ever find that out is if you go scuba diving, they do a bubble test, and the bubble test will reveal if you have a hole in your heart, because then I don't think you can scuba dive or something. So I never knew. I never had a heart murmur or any kind of weird complications. So that's what was the cause. So the options to get it fixed was, I could never get it fixed and just be on blood thinners and all that sort of stuff my whole life. And I'm like, I don't want to be on blood thinners. I've raced dirt bikes. I live an active life, but why do I want to be on blood thinners? They're like, we can go through your groin and patch the hole. But we did see something on your cord of your heart that we think might be like a growth or a tumor or something that we can keep an eye on it and just see if it's growing or getting smaller or whatever. Or you can do open heart surgery. We can fix the hole and we can check out what that thing is. And then I won't have to be on blood thinners. I'm open heart surgery for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
You did open heart surgery?
Yeah.
So what did they find?
So we went to a bunch of different doctors. I ended up finding a guy in UCLA, because I wanted to go to the best guy.
Yeah.
So you go in and they're like, what do you do for your living? I race dirt bike. What do you do? That's the stupidest. I'm like, okay, you're not going to work on me. So I finally found a guy in UCLA, awesome guy. Dr. Roy Meals was his name. He was awesome. Super into the sport, he invented a couple things for heart stuff. So I went with that guy. So he didn't bust my chest. He's like, since you're young, I'm going to pry your ribs open. It's more painful, but if you ever break your sternum, it never heals. It's always broken, he says. So we'll just go through right here and patch it. I'll check out the cord, make sure everything's good, and then you'll be. So they went in. The little growth or whatever was on the cord, it was ruptured from an impact. So it was never a growth or never anything like that. It was just a rupture from some kind of impact, probably from racing or something like that. Yeah. So it was nothing to be concerned about or ever be looked at again. So
then they fixed the hole.
They patched the hole, put the thing. So I was in, when they do your open heart, I had the gnarliest part was they cut a huge hole on your groin for the bypass to go through. So that was more painful than the actual open heart surgery part of it. And then they put in, you had big old tubes coming out for all the blood. And they blow you up with nitrogen. So as my body was shrinking back down, it was super painful, all the tubes. So Nicole was telling me that I was so rude to the nurse because I was in so much pain. And then I had a big catheter because they had to run the blood out of here. And I guess there's it's this long. Well, they had to cut it because it was it going into my heart and they didn't want it that. So when the guy took it out, he saw that some of it was missing. So he was freaking out thinking that they left some of it in my heart. So,
jeez.
Yeah, so I panicked because I saw him panic, and then he told me, you're all good, nothing to worry about.
That's gnarly, dude. I don't understand how you go in, and maybe if you don't say the word stroke, but it's just given your symptoms, headache and vision issues, they should have done a stroke test. Were you positive with any of those things, like grips or hand drift test or facial droop?
No, I didn't have any facial droop. So the stroke was on my optical nerve. So the only thing it affected was my eyes. Or my one eye. It didn't affect both eyes. I didn't have any kind of motor function.
Were your pupils different?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know that I was super pinwheel. All of it came back to normal. I'm 100%. And they said that the blood clot was so small and the stroke was so small that's why I didn't have all the motor functions and all that sort of stuff.
That's crazy, dude. And you don't have hypertension or strokes?
No, that was the thing. I was sitting in the hospital until they figured out what it was, and they're like, you need to eat better. oh, you need to get off your bat. And I'm like, I race, I train, I work out, I'm healthy. Has nothing to do with my like lifestyle.
Yeah.
Something else is wrong. So it was pretty frustrating.
Dang, man.
But during all this, so I have a stroke on March, like let's say March 2nd or something like that. Then Nicole's pregnant and Talon's born March 18th, my youngest son. And then I have open heart surgery on April 1st. So Nicole's going through this emotional roller coaster.
Oh my gosh.
Her I get a stroke. She's pregnant. Oh, we have Talon born. Well, I still haven't had surgery. I still kind of have a stroke, right? I had to take blood thinners and all that stuff because they didn't want that to get worse. And we have Talon, and then I have open heart surgery, and then recovery after that. So we're taking care of a baby. She's taking care of me. So
you were probably worse.
I'm always worse.
Yeah. That's gnarly, man. That's really gnarly. So you go back to racing.
So I raced Mammoth right after that. So I had open heart surgery April 1st, and I raced Mammoth June 22nd or whatever.
Seems a little quick.
Yeah, it was quick, but that was like my goal. So I raced the vet weekend. I think I won. Then I raced the young kid weekend, the pro weekend, and I crashed real bad, like gnarly bad. I think Friday was probably on Friday. It might have been in the main because I don't remember, but Myron, all these. So it was, I've told a handful of people this, but like I had an out-of-body experience. Like I can recall everybody moving me off the track. Like I can visually tell you what they did.
Were you like looking at it from above?
I was looking at it from above. It's the gnarliest thing of my life. Like it changed a lot of things because I can recall pretty much everything.
Wow.
Everything until when I'm getting like towed up.
But you were unconscious on the track.
Yeah, unconscious. I don't know how I crashed. I know where I crashed. I know what part of the track I was at. I know how they got me off the track. I know them putting me.
Where was it?
In the back. You know back then you did the little sand rollers?
Yeah.
And then a little roller over that right there.
Just swap?
I don't.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I swapped or if I hit somebody's front back wheel. But then I hit my head, obviously. And then I can recall everything from that point on.
Where did you like wake up?
I think I woke up, going down like the pit lane. So they drove me all the way out and then right where Pro Circuit usually is parked, right around there.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty, like, I think from my heart surgery, so after that, Nicole was like, dude, you're done. Like, you're not racing no more. It's too hard. You go from a stroke now to this, like, we're done. Like, you have kids. So
that was what, 2010?
That was 2010. So in 2010, I went to 6 days after that as well in Mexico. So then that was like, I did that. It only ended up being 5 days. It was a total shit show. It was a lot of fun. Like Brownie went, Josh was there, Woods, or Nathan Woods, Dastry. We screwed around. Like there's a funny video I can show you of shooting a fire extinguisher on Brownie's face. Like it was a great time. Our results weren't that great, but back then 6 days was not what it is now. Like now that Auntie's taking it over, it's professionally ran the way that it should have been. Like back when we had to go, like we had to pay to go. It was like $10,000 for us to go race. We did fundraisers and all sorts of things for us to get there, but we funded ourselves to go to the 6 days. It's more about just representing the United States, which it was all about. But now Auntie runs it, and he hand selects the team. It's very professionally ran. Like it's the way it should be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it ended up only being 5 days. So then that was essentially my last. I raced Baja that year. I think it was down to La Paz. But I got kicked. I was on the main team, me, Kendall, Quinn. But they didn't want me racing on that team. They thought I was a liability, the way I take it.
Okay. Just because of what? The crashes you'd had or why? Okay.
Because of my stroke. So I raced, I finished my contract, but then in 2011 I didn't have, Johnny didn't renew me. So then I went to work.
Doing what?
Mumford. I worked for Mumford.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Doing AC.
Oh. So Old Man Mumford owns a heating and air.
So where I grew up in the valley.
I hope that's not disrespectful, Old Man Mumford. I just met Carson's dad.
You know. No, my bike. You ever seen his Moto Triple X video?
I don't think so.
You know the old school Moto Triple X videos?
Yeah.
If you know the guy that, when Watson, they go up and buy a used motorcycle.
Yeah.
And then one of them's acting kind of like a little bit retarded.
Yeah.
And he's going, my bike. That's Scott.
Is it really?
Yeah, that crashes into the trash cans. You got to watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to Is it the first one?
I think so.
Okay, I'd have to go back and watch. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's so funny. But I remind him all the time. I was telling Carson about it, I don't know, a long time ago. I'm like, hey, did you know that's your dad in that video?
That's funny.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I went and worked for him.
How was that, dude? I always think the guys that got to go up in these attics in the summer here or like Arizona where it's hot.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, we would start at like 5, and we'd be done at noon, but to try to beat the heat.
Yeah.
And it's brutal. It wasn't like Nicole, I was grumpy, I was miserable, I'm making $150 a day. I'm telling her, I'm like, dude, I could go race this weekend and make more money than I made all week busting my butt. So she realized that I was miserable every day, and she finally said, just go back and race. So that's the year that Ox passed away. Do you remember Ox?
Cargola.
Yep. So Ox passed away, so then Johnny needed a rider, so then he put me back on the team, and then he hired me the next year.
Okay. So then that would have been what, 12 and 13?
So 2011 that's when I worked for Mumford, and then 12 I raced for Johnny again.
Okay. Good year?
Yeah. It's great. Like, I was back to normal. That's when I won the NGPC championship, and we won Baja, we won the 1,000. Like, we had a great year.
You killed it.
Yeah.
2013, same thing?
2013, so 2013, that was, we won Baja, we won the championship, we won the 1,000, but that was the year that Kurt passed away. So, actually, I was pre-running my section. My section was, like, it was a loop race that year, so my section was for down south, and I was pre-running, and we pre-run by ourselves, and I'm in a pretty isolated place in the back of the mountains, and I'm pre-running, and the next thing I know, I wake up, and I'm on my all 4 hands and knees, and like just water is running down my face, but I think it's blood because I don't know how long I was knocked out. I crashed, obviously.
Dang.
Just water running. So I'm like, oh crap, I'm bleeding. I think it's blood, but it's just my water pack blew up. So my bike's like 100 feet away, and I'm still 70 miles from my chase guy where he's waiting for me. So like I get to my bike, I get on my bike. Luckily the trail was defined enough to where I could follow it. So I'm riding out of there, and then 2 hours go by, and I finally like come to where I feel more normal. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why am I out here racing Baja? I have like 2 kids, I have a wife, I have a whole like family. Like, I don't need to be doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. This is going to be my last race. So then I called Johnny and said, hey, I knocked myself out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to race my section. He's all, well, just try to ride tomorrow and see how it goes. So I rode. The next bit of my section was just kind of like flat. You slide the bike around, pretty simple. And I crashed again. And I'm like, hey, I don't think I can race. Like, I crashed in a section I would never crash in. So then we called David Camo. He came out, rode my section. And then that's the year Kurt passed away. So.
Dang, dude, that's wild.
Yeah, so I was basically going to be done racing Baja at that point.
It's crazy that you had that epiphany, like, as you came to, and you're just like, I'm done. Yeah,
because the only thing, the biggest thing that resonates in my head is like, okay, I crashed, and I'm out here, like, we're talking in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we wear spot trackers, and if we have emergency, we hit SOS, and they can find us. But had I punctured my lung, had I broken my rib, like, how long is it going to take him to get out here? What happens if I can't, like, there's so many things that went through my head, like, why? Why am I doing it? Like, I'm not 28 years old anymore with just a wife.
Yeah.
Like, I have my kids. Like, that's when you know it's almost time to retire, when you start thinking about things, right?
Yeah,
when the brain goes away.
When your brain develops enough to realize how crazy it is what you're doing. Yeah, I know. It's true. Dude, I think of it as just even going out and riding in the hills or riding at Glamis. You're out there just sending stuff with no consideration of the consequences. And maybe for me working in EMS now, like, I know how long you have given your injuries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was with Dostal when he broke his neck. We were way up in the hills in Beaumont.
Yeah.
And we got so lucky that they could get a helicopter in before it was too dark, and there's power lines.
Yeah, especially knowing what you know now.
Dude, I just think, what were we? We're crazy. Like, we got so lucky.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway. And I hear stories, because we cover Dumont Dunes in our district, and you hear stories of guys going out there on calls, and it's like,
no, it's something about dirt bikes, though. You just keep doing it.
I know. We're so dumb.
No, I think
they're just so fun. You can't replace it, is the problem.
No, it's like throttle therapy. Like, just cleans your soul. And
okay, so that takes us into 2014. We kind of get into your KTM time, but before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. This is your Troy Lee Designs timeout, guys. Stick around. We got more Tim Weigand coming back. In the motocross graphics game, customization is key. TBD MX can bring any of your design concepts to life. Simply fill out a design request and they will email you a concept for approval. TBD MX also has a showroom full of designs to choose from on their site. Whether you just want number plate backgrounds or a fully custom kit, the TBD MX crew has you covered. Visit tbdmx.com today and get the look you want.
There is a reason every AMA championship in the past decade was won on Dunlop tires. They are the best. Choose the best performing tire and a brand that has never wavered in their support of our sport. Choose Dunlop. Pro Circuit. Pro Circuit products are designed with one goal in mind: winning. Through passion and hard work, Pro Circuit has operated the most successful 250 team in the history of the sport. They use that same formula when developing exhaust, engine, and suspension parts for every brand. When only the highest level of performance is acceptable, trust Pro Circuit.
At Seat Concepts, our handcrafted seats are made in America. Visit us online or call today. Seat Concepts. Ride the world with us.
Something from nothing. That's what Nihilo Concepts is about. It starts with a spark, an idea, a concept, which leads to a design, and finishes with engineered excellence with the highest quality products created with durability in mind. All our products are made in the USA at our state-of-the-art facility in Stuart, Florida. Whether you are a weekend warrior, ride for fun, or at the highest level of competition, Nihilo Concepts offers innovative titanium, aluminum, and carbon fiber parts for your dirt bike. We offer a wide variety of products that you can customize to your liking. Browse our site for foot pegs, brake tips, engine components, specialty tools, frame grip tape, lever grips, carbon fiber components, motor stands, our secondary on-switch, plus much more. Head to NihiloConcepts.com and see for yourself why factory teams like Red Bull KTM, Rockstar Husqvarna, Troy Lee Designs Gas, Orange Brigade, Club MX, KLM Gas, and some of the fastest riders in the world choose Nihilo Concepts.
The inspiration for Element, interestingly, was from working with my coaches. I sat down with those guys. I'm like, hey, here's what I'm doing. What should I do? and they looked at everything and they were like, you need more electrolytes, specifically sodium. And like most people do when they have a coach, I ignored what their advice was. I'm kind of like, well, I salt my food, I'm probably good. And it took me at least a year to finally listen to these guys and do what they asked me to do. And it was just a switch flip. It was just so obvious that this was the critical missing piece to the story. And it's ironic that this salt piece was like the linchpin, the keystone to making all the rest of that work.
Arc levers are the most durable and reliable on the market. They have the most premier class championships of any aftermarket lever. Arc is the only ratio-adjustable folding lever on the planet, and their patented design is precision machined in-house right here in the USA. The occasional tip over on the bike is inevitable. Broken levers? Those are optional. Visit arclevers.com today. Toyota has become synonymous with reliability, and for good reason. Toyota vehicles are consistently rated number 1 by Consumer Reports and in customer satisfaction. Partner that with a dealership that wholeheartedly supports the motocross community, and it's crystal clear where you should buy your next car or truck, Toyota of Redlands. As a major partner of the BarX Yamaha racing team, as well as personal sponsor of many factory racers and a premier partner of the Whiskey Throttle Show, Toyota of Redlands is heavily invested in moto. Check out all the new and used Tundras, Tacomas, and other vehicles at Toyota of Redlands today. Reliability, performance, and customer service. Get it all at Toyota of Redlands. Need to replace something on your bike that's worn out? Look no further than ProX. These guys aim to make everything OEM quality or better at an affordable price. And they've also got some new products coming. So right now, chains, sprockets, anything inside the engine internally, air filters. If it wears out, ProX makes it, and they make it at a quality level that's OEM or better. And they've got some new things coming that are awesome. A complete engine rebuild kits for the Polaris RZR 800s. Need to replace something on your bike that's worn out? Look no further than ProX. These guys aim to make everything OEM quality or better at an affordable price. And they've also got some new products coming. So right now, chains, sprockets, anything inside the engine internally, air filters. If it wears out, ProX makes it quality level that's OEM or better.
The Specialized Science Club introduces the Levo 4. An electric mountain bike so advanced, it borders on sorcery. Together, you and the Levo 4 become a harmonious hybrid of organic and synthetic. It's a rider-enhancing machine that transforms you into a cycling cyborg. 720 watts of power and 111 Newton meters of torque, amplifying your mortal muscles, allowing you to bend space and time to your will. All channeled through futuristic suspension, with honed geometry, granting super control while traversing extreme terrain at hyper speed. With supernatural power delivery, you'll have super traction to conquer climbs where others spin out. And you'll tire, if at all, before the bike does. Thanks to the Levo 4's super range.
Every good podcast show has got to have an underwear sponsor, right? Well, we went right to the top, Ethica. These guys make the best underwear. If you haven't tried a pair, you don't know what you're missing. Your life hasn't even started yet. So try a pair of Ethicas on. Go to Ethica.com. Use our code WHISKEY20. Get you 20% off. And give all of your nether regions a break, man. It's vacation time for the boys. These things are comfortable. You're riding. Your butt's not going to get all chafed. These things are awesome. And guess what? They don't just make underwear. No. Tees, hats, beanies, sweatshirts, shorts. For kids, ladies, toddlers, old people, everybody, you name it, they make them. You know what else they make? Moto gloves. I didn't even know that. I just found it out. So get over to Ethica.com. Check them out. These guys are awesome. Whiskey20. Use our code. Don't cheat me now. Get 20% off and put your buns in the best undies around. Ethica.com.
All right, welcome back. That was your Troy Lee Designs timeout. If you guys haven't seen all of the new winter line here, 2025, 26 from TLD, it's out. It's awesome. Some really cool designs. And the SE5 helmet, class leading. This thing's awesome. It's great products over there. The paint department's going if you want to get your name and number or a complete custom helmet done. Mountain bike gear. These guys, they do it all. Awesome stuff. So check out TroyLeeDesigns.com or follow them, TLD Moto, if you're into the moto side over there, or TLD Bike on Instagram. Check them out. We appreciate those guys being involved. Okay, Timmy, we're back here. Let's start with 2014. You decided to call it, which is good. 2014, how do you get connected with KTM working there? And what did you start doing?
Yeah, so 2014, I didn't know I was not going to race in 2014. Johnny, we had a verbal agreement at the end of 2013. We weren't going back to Baja. That's when he was going. He got a deal with Honda to go to GNCC. So he asked me, "Hey, would you race GNCC?" I said, "Yeah, I would love to. It's something new. It's, I'm getting away from Baja. I still felt like I would be competitive because Baja was scary at that point, like we talked about. But racing wasn't, like, in general. So I was all for racing at GNCC. So we had a verbal agreement and going in, doing training, excited for the new. So December rolls around, still training. I get a call from Johnny. Oh, hey, we're going to go. Honda wants a top 5 guy. We're going to hire Chris Bach, so I don't have anything for you. So I was kind of blindsided and going to the new year searching for a job. Just didn't know what I was going to do. I trained some guys, trying to, just get some income coming. And then I was persistent. Like, I had a good relationship with Honda, and they hired me at the R&D side of it. So I worked there till October. We moved out here to Temecula in 2014. Nicole got a job at one of the wineries. She's a spa director, so she was working at the South Coast Winery, and so we already moved out here. So I was commuting from here to Honda, which is a nightmare. Brutal. I would leave at like 3 a.m. to get there at 5. They were cool. They would let me leave at 3 so I could get home at a decent hour. So I was calling.
Are you an early riser? Like,
I'm not. One day the first day that I drove from here to Honda, I'm like, I'll leave at 5 and I should be able to get there at 8, no problem. But no, I didn't get there till like 9:30. So I'm like, well, that's not going to work. So I had to wake up at 3 just to beat the traffic. So then I wasn't sitting in there forever. Gosh. And then I could leave early enough to where I wasn't sitting in traffic, because that 91 is brutal.
Did you ever consider getting a street bike and riding in?
No, I'm afraid to ride a street bike. I don't want to be I trust myself. I don't trust.
Yeah.
You're at the mercy. You got cell phones and all that sort of stuff these days. So I've never considered that.
Okay.
I'll stick to the car.
Understood.
Yeah. So I started calling Auntie around summertime. Like, I would call him, no answer. Call him, no answer. Just leave a message. I called him like every week, at least once, until finally I would still talk, going back to maybe off-road, going back to my racing. Like, I was really good friends with Kurt. We rode a lot together. Caselli, we trained a lot together. We did we did a lot of stuff together. He was kind of a mentor in a way, and I feel like I kind of mentor him in a way. Like, we had a really good relationship. So when he passed away, it was really hard, but I stayed in contact with Nancy. So I was talked to her on the couple of days before, and she's like, "Oh, I have some stuff to give to you. I'll be at KTM." I'm all, "Oh, perfect. I'll leave work early and I'll swing by there." So they were there for the Caselli board meeting. So I go there. I go upstairs to meet Nancy, and Auntie's there, and Heinz is there, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, I live here." "Oh, that's why you've been." Auntie's like, "Oh, that's why you've been calling me every day." I said, "Yeah." They asked me what I was up to. Long story. So I get the stuff. I say bye. I walk out, and then Heinz meets me outside, and he asked me what I'm doing, what I want to do, and I told him, hey, I've been calling Auntie, like I would love to work here, just get my foot in the door. I live here in Temecula now. It's like a perfect fit. Like, I just want to work here, whatever it takes. So he's like, well, what do you want to do? What's the most, what excites you the most? I said, well, I would love to be a team manager. I've always been told by my friends and the people I race with that I could maybe be good at it. And, so I would like to give that an opportunity or a shot. So he's like, oh, okay, cool. So then Auntie called me the next day. Hey, when you're around, we can go grab lunch. So we had lunch, and then that was it. I got hired for the Husqvarna management job.
Serendipity, dude. Like,
persistent.
Well, but if she hadn't called you and said, hey, meet me in here.
For sure. Auntie would have never kept so it's funny because Auntie and I have this so I try to call him, he doesn't answer. Prior to that, so in 2011, maybe, yeah, he called me. I was driving to go riding, and he called me and goes, oh, hey, I'm calling. I want to ask, we need a 6-day rider. Would you like to be on the team? And I was like, oh, heck yeah, I'd love to be on the 6-day team. Of course, why would I say no? Yeah. He's like, okay, perfect. I'm going to send you all the paperwork. I'm going to send you this, do your LOI, sign it all, and get it back to me by tomorrow. I'm like, okay, cool. So then the next day comes, and he calls me back and goes, oh, hey, so you can't go to 6 days. We're going to take Thad instead. I'm like, okay. So he never called back. He told me I was on the 6-day team and then took it away. So we joke about it now. It's like a good laugh.
It wasn't looking real good there for a minute.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so
it's good stories.
So your first job there was off-road team manager.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you jumped right into kind of like what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And who did you have the first year? How did that go? Was that Colton?
Yeah. So
or was he
2000? It was 2015 so I got hired in October. So 2015 was my first year, and we had Colton wasn't on the team at that time. He was supported by Husqvarna, but that's when he was still Lucas Oil and everything. So he was like a Husqvarna. He wasn't a factory rider at that point, but he was a Husqvarna rider. So theoretically,
maybe that's why. Yeah,
he was part of us still. But I think Strang was on the team. Strang, DeLong. Who was our?
And you guys were doing the same events that like KTM. Did you have a gas off-road
No,
team?
we just had KTM and Husqvarna.
But you were doing the same series.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
I think we did. I don't know if I had Augie Bright, Jacob Augie Bright. So Husqvarna was still, I think that was when it was brand new because Andy Jefferson had it the year before. He was the team manager. That was the first year when KTM took it over in 2014, I believe. And then 15 was my year, and it was still trying to establish itself. Like we were at GNCC, and we had a little trailer and a big 40x40 Easy Up was our like pit for GNCC, whereas most of the people are in a semi.
Yeah.
So we were still fresh, established, trying to get our feet underneath of us and grow the whole Husqvarna program. So our effort was not as big as KTM. I think we had less riders. So we were still, it was still up and it was still like getting its going.
Which is kind of cool that you can be there to help build it.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was like we learned together. We built it together.
Yeah. So, what are the things that like were hard for you to learn? Like when I jumped in and was managing Troy's team, because he was trying to go from, he had a team already built, right? Had the semi, but it was set up for supermoto, and it was an old NASCAR truck, so it didn't even really fit for moto.
Yeah.
So I had to like go, now we need to change the layout. This needs to be rider locker. It was a lot of basic stuff.
Yep.
But he needed someone that would just come in and say, this is what we need to do. But like Excel spreadsheets, bro, I was like lost trying to, hitting one thing and it's changing stuff and I'm like losing my mind.
Yeah.
What were some of the things for you that were kind of tough to get your arms around at first?
Yeah, all that. Just being stationary at a desk is hard, right? Sitting there, really focusing on Excel spreadsheets and the logistics. And at the time, we were under the coattails of KTM, so we were still so new. Husqvarna was still so new. We didn't even have our own shop. We didn't have our own anything really. So for me, probably the hardest thing was sitting there and being stationary and learning the detailed part, the computer work of the job, and learning to manage people. Managing people is tough. Like riders, I don't feel it is that hard like some people do, but I think there's a mutual respect. A rider, like I come from a riding background, so I think there's a mutual respect, a rider versus rider and a rider. Yep. So automatically, I think we see eye to eye and we can talk, and they respect me, I respect them. It's the employee part of it it's hard to manage.
Yeah, I agree. And it takes a while to figure out what your leadership style is going to be and how to be that person.
Yep.
And be that person consistently.
Yep. No, I had to. I was always a person that I don't like confrontation. So I used to try to avoid it, and I kind of caught myself maybe the first year afraid to make those tough calls, afraid to have that hard conversation with one of my employees, and to where I told myself, like, dude, buckle down. You just got to do it. Like, it is what it is. Like, this is your job. This is what you're employed to do. And, you respect one another, they're going to respect you. Period. Yeah. So that was the hardest part.
I always want to be friends with the people working under me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that it's good, but then it's also like, it makes it very tough. Even here at this company, I had to let go of a producer 2 producers ago. And I tried to be really professional about it. I thought I was being very gracious with what I was offering, and he got so mad, you know, and I was like, I don't know, but you just learn, but it is different.
It's so hard.
Yeah. It's something as a racer when you're kind of your own guy.
Yep.
You don't ever have to deal with any of those things. So it's different.
No, it's like the hard, like it is hard. Yeah. I've had to let go quite a few guys at this. I've been there 11 years now, so it doesn't get any easier. But most of them, when you do, they understand and they know. So
yeah. That's what you want. You want them to go, obviously you're disappointed, but it's like it's business, nothing personal. But that's the hard part when you spend so much time with those guys.
No, it is, because you become friends with them.
Yeah.
Like we were in I always tell my team, like, we spend so much time together. You have to enjoy one another to some degree, right?
Yeah.
In order to have success. Like, you have to have fun. You have to have respect. You have to know when it's time to shut it off. You have to know when it's time to have fun and let loose. Like, there's a fine line between everything. And I think our group is pretty strong. Like, we're pretty well connected. I think we all get along pretty well, and I think we all enjoy each other. And I think that's why we are having a lot of success at the moment.
Do you ever get caught like I don't know how to put it into words, but like the first year I was working for Troy, Chris Blos was kind of our top guy, and I didn't hire these guys; they were kind of already signed up. We had a handful of kind of ragtag guys, but they did great for us. Like Blos was top 5 a lot.
Yeah,
and I remember in Phoenix, he was leading a heat race, and I'm in the manager's tower, and I got this. We had these big white coats at the time. And I'm standing next to DeCoster. I'm like so locked into what's going on though. And every time he comes over the finish line by us, I got my arm out of my sleeve and I'm whipping it around like a towel. I'm like, you're cheering him on and screaming. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And I look over and Roger's looking at me just laughing like, rookie, chill out, And then I come to find out you're not supposed to cheer up in that tower. It's like frowned upon. Just you're supposed to just, have some decorum. Anyway. He laughed at me, but it is, like you said, it's the next best thing to being on the bike.
It is.
You were so involved, right, and invested in it.
Yeah.
Did you have any moments like that where you're just over enthusiastic?
Yes, I have those. I still have those moments. Like the first year that I was at a Husky and we go to the GNC, I believe the Husky guys were 1-2, and I was out on the side of the track looking like a fool, like screaming and waving a towel, like you were saying, like. Yes, of course. Like, your emotion comes in a lot of times. We're racers. We're racers in our blood, and it's very emotional.
That's cool. Okay, so you handle both. I guess start with this. Racing is always more fun when you're winning. And I don't know if you've had seasons where you didn't get a lot of wins. Seems like you've had some good guys.
Well, when we were at Husqvarna, we were always on an uphill battle. When I managed a Husqvarna team, like we were chasing KTM, right? Mm-hmm. So it was like a little brother versus big brother. Like big brothers, like I wanted to whoop them. Yeah. Like I told Auntie, like my goal was, obviously Auntie's built that team and built it to what it is and the respect level that it has and the winning culture that it is. So when I came to Husky, like I wanted to beat them. That was our goal. Like I want to beat Big Brother. So,
but those are long seasons, huh? I mean,
they're way long.
A win or gosh, a win would go a long way for morale.
Yeah.
And when you guys, because whether you win or you're getting 10th, it's the same work.
Yep. 100%.
It's the same work.
100%.
So like, it can be very, very tough for those teams. And I feel for those guys in any kind of racing that are just having bad seasons, because you're like, dude, I know.
Yeah.
I know you guys are in it and there's no joy. You know, you're not having anything to keep you going.
Isn't that the truth?
But you guys lately, at least with KTM side, you got Dante just crushing it. I feel like kind of everywhere off-road, you guys are doing great.
Yeah. No, we have a great team. The whole part of our team, from our riders to our staff to, you know, we get all gel really well. We all get along great. The camaraderie amongst the mechanic, rider, myself, the rider, mechanic, like our team is like extended network of our family in a way. So I think that plays a lot to do with it. KTM, we're top, like everything we do, we invest everything into. We want the guys to succeed and be the best they can be. So we have training programs set up for them. We have trainers for them. Like we invest in the riders so that the riders can, you know, see the investment back to us. But
what titles have you won since you've been? And when did you go from Husky to KTM? What year was that?
2021.
Okay.
I think I went to KTM.
And so someone else,
22.
Who's running Husky then now?
So Anthony DiBasile is Husky.
Okay.
So I would think I went to KTM in 23.
Okay.
22 or 23. And Anthony took over Husky, and then that's when Auntie oversees everything.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. And so what titles have you won, whether it was with Husky or KTM? As a manager, what you guys have won? NGPC?
NGPC.
3 times?
No. Well, yeah, with Dante I've won 3 times, but Dante's won 6 times.
Okay.
So
prior to you getting there,
yeah.
Okay.
So NGPC, National Hare and Hound, West Hare Scrambles, GNCC, GNC XC2, WXC, GNCC. Basically,
Sprint Enduro. Is
Sprint Enduro.
Gerard with you too?
Yeah. Gerard, National Enduro Pro 2 class. We haven't won National Enduro in the Premier class for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. That's the one where we need to figure it out. But
Sipes is involved in that now, right?
Yeah, Sipes is with the Cowie guys.
Oh,
he's the manager for Stu's team.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought he was helping with the promotion of the events, but I guess he's...
Well, Stu bought it.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
So he is. Both things are true. Okay, so that, you guys are crushing it. ISDE too, you guys have had multiple people on that team when it's won, which is cool. Tell me what it was like going through the financial drama that KTM went through. And I don't want to, I'm not trying to pick at scabs or anything, but I know for everybody, the riders, everyone was kind of like, what's going to happen? Are my checks going to keep coming, or is this team getting folded or shrunk down? And it seems like they're through it for the most part, but what was that all like?
No, that was, for us on the racing side, business as usual. Still focused on racing, the biggest changes for us, I would say, would be not our approach or anything like that, just the spending.
Budget.
Like, we just had to watch our spending and cut where we could. Like, maybe we only have... instead of having one person in the hotels, we have 2 people in the hotels. Like, looking to save money where we can so that we can continue to race at the level that we do.
Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't for
drastic.
you guys.
It was just the uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
Like, we were continuing as if everything's normal.
Well, and somebody, the chatter you hear, and I try to stay out of it for the most part, but like KTM or Peer Mobility is like the race team is a separate entity from that.
Yes.
So it has its own budgets and stuff, even though ultimately it comes from there. So separate but same.
Yeah, separate but same. Yeah. Like I think that side of it, that non-racing side of it, was they felt more of the sovereignty than we did.
Gotcha. Okay. This is something I wanted to ask you about because, when we first started this media company, we said, hey, let's try to really dive into off-road. There's no one really doing a good job covering it, in my opinion. And you see that probably from your side, like, where's the media? If you look at the circus that follows Supercross around, the media, glom, it's crazy. And then you go to an outdoor, a GNCC or a NGPC or something, and it's like, there's nobody. Like, very, very limited. And I thought there's way more off-road riders than motocross riders. It's not even close.
Yep.
Your best-selling motorcycle is an EXT 500, which is a dual sport / off-road bike. Why don't we let's focus on that and give it some coverage? And I mean, I tried to work with NGPC, did not get just didn't get any reciprocity.
Yeah.
Same thing with West Coast Hair Scrambles.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, just fell apart.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's like these people don't. I'm not trying to come steal. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
I want to highlight and show how awesome Dante is. Like, seems like a great dude, but he's an incredible rider.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people really even know who he is or know about him. It's tragic, really. Like, let us help grow this, And now we're kind of shifting to endurocross because we're hoping that they'll at least embrace us and we're not asking for the world. Just like, hey, work with us.
Yeah.
Let us help us help you, right?
For sure. No.
What the hell is going on in West Coast off-road? And honestly, huge props to MX Sports for the way they run events, right?
Yeah.
You already mentioned Loretta's. He's done really good things for the Nationals. And you look at that GNCC series, it's packed, dude. And they run a tight ship. It's got consistency throughout it.
It's like an outdoor national, but for off-road.
And if you've never been to one, there's a ton of people. And it's participant, right? Like, they aren't just there to watch. They're there doing it.
There's racers, there's spectators, there's everything there. Like, and the riders, I think the biggest difference between an East and a West, like West Coast fan base is not like an East Coast fan base. I think the people are different.
How so? Like, kind of
just people in general. Like, on the West Coast, I think people are more materialistic. You go to the East Coast, people will love rolling around in the mud and having a great time, and they're all about like quality of life, right? Mm-hmm. They're not chasing anything. They just want to go enjoy a good time with their friends. So they go to the GNCC and hang out on the side of the track. I also believe that insurance on the West Coast is a lot different than insurance on the East Coast. Like, for them, I know for all the West Coast racing, we can't even get anywhere near the track, like, because of their insurance policies.
Right.
So you're not allowed. Spectators aren't allowed on the track or near the track. So for them to generate any kind of fan base, it's really difficult because they can't open up the track for people to go spectate. Whereas
I never thought about that. GNCC's got people like
everywhere
lining the course.
Yeah. They touch it. They help pull the riders up the hills.
Yeah.
They're involved
in
the race. They're doing it. Like, they're there. They're touching the riders. Like, there's something to be said about that. Whereas on the West Coast, you can't do any of that.
Yeah.
Because of the insurance.
Well, and the terrain's different too. Like, they're slow and tight through the trees back there, where here you're doing
fast,
65 miles an hour across the desert.
Yeah.
So
but no, I agree with you that there needs to be, like, I always, like, I raced motocross and went to off-road. I think if I went off-road and went to motocross, I think my motocross career would have been different, because I think off-road taught me so much more about riding and racing and fundamentals and technique that I never learned from motocross. Motocross, you just want to go fast, right? Like, whatever it takes to go through that corner fast. Nobody really focused on technique or
I think they do now. You went from like beginner to expert in about a year and a half.
But yeah, I think if we could get any more coverage out here on the West Coast, it would help it grow. And I don't know why those guys don't open their arms to you coming in there.
Well, and so we wanted to do that. And one, we got really no help from the promoters or the group of promoters that it is. It's kind of a hodgepodge. with the clubs.
Yeah.
But also, it doesn't seem like, even though there's a huge off-road riding community out here, I would say way more than there are motocross riders, they still want to see the motocross, supercross content.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't super interested in the off-road content. So, like I said, I'm hoping Endurocross maybe goes better.
No, Endurocross should be great because the racing is great. It's
great.
So close. It's so action-packed. But just to go back to the West Coast, like, to showcase somebody like Dante he's a phenomenal rider. He can ride motocross. He can ride off-road. He can ride anything. Like, I think Dare is that fast. Mateo, like, all these guys on the West Coast get overshadowed and don't get the publicity that they deserve.
Agreed 100%. And that's what we were trying to do. Like, hey, let us build these guys up.
Yeah, because it'll grow their series. It'll grow their fan base and everything.
And it was wild to see how little effort they were willing to put in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't know the reason. But anyway, I just thought that was super weird.
Yeah, it's been like that ever since we raced. Like,
really?
I don't know if it's the club mentality or the unknown, afraid of change. Like, I don't know why.
Well, and I think the big part, at least for NGPC, is like, because you have however many different clubs, every round is a different club pretty much, right?
Yep.
They all want to hold on to their little piece.
Yep.
And so, there isn't one overseeing person who's like, hey, yeah, we would love to have you there. We were trying to do, hey, let us come out and do a site lap with a GoPro.
Yeah.
And we'll post that up on like Friday morning. That way people can see if they're thinking about going, like,
Yeah.
We got one round in, then it was a huge problem. Oh no, we just can't have you doing that. We can't.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay,
Wow.
Everything was a problem.
Yeah.
And so we just finally went, okay, well,
that's a bummer.
Bye.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I guess stick with.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you wanted to come out there, and then
we tried. I went to the 29 Palms round. We did an interview with Dante and Mateo, and we test rode his bike, and we're trying to do some things.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't get them to.
No traction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bummer.
Totally bummer. Because those guys are gnarly.
Yeah.
And you guys are putting a lot of effort into that program and everything else. So, what about you, man? Are you riding much these days?
No, I ride my bike. I train on a bicycle quite a bit. I actually
road bike,
mountain bike. I prefer mountain bike, but yeah. Try to stay in shape. Try to stay active. The least amount of stuff I do, the more my body hurts. So you got to stay at. But my boys just started riding. So Caden raced Loretta's, as you know, and I raced it. So
yeah, how was that going back after all these years?
It was actually really cool. Like,
it had to be cool going with your own son and experiencing it together.
Yep.
And you're pitting for him, he's probably pitting for you.
Yeah, Nicole's the one that actually said, well, if Caden's going, you might as well race. And I was like, well, if the wife said I should race, I should probably race.
Yeah.
So I underestimated it big time.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What how so?
Just the intensity. Like, I rode for, I had a whole plan that I wanted to do, but work just got interfered with that. So I got to ride I put in a lot of work like the 3 weeks before I left to go to Loretta's. I rode 2 or 3 times a week, but I didn't race. So I got there and I raced. My first moto was a 40 class, and I go off the gate. I'm like 6th place, and then I underestimated the intensity. I'm like, this is the 40 class. I feel like I'm racing a main event at Outdoor National or something.
Oh, really?
It was
everyone going for it.
Everyone going for it. Next thing you know, I'm in like 11th. Next thing you know, I crashed. Then I got arm pump and blew off so I underestimated every bit of it. And then I go back to the truck. I'm going to say this. I don't really. So I go back to the truck and I go, hey, I'm not racing a 25 class. Like, I'm not ready. I thought I would come. I thought I was ready, but
these 40-year-olds just crushed
these
me.
40-year-olds, they were there's no way I'm going out to the 25 class. Like, if this 40 class was that intense, like, I'm not ready for it. No, I'm not doing it. And Nicole goes, oh, I didn't know. We didn't come this far. And is your pussy sore? I'm like, what? What did you just say? So she said it again. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna race the next race. So then I go in the trailer and the kids are dying laughing. I'm going, what's so funny? They're all, oh, Mom just told us tell your freaking pussy sore and you're not racing. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna race. So then the 25 class, I got second place off the start. So I'm in second. I'm like, oh sweet, this will be good. And the next day I finished 16th. So
didn't crash or anything?
No. And I'm like, no way did 16 people pass me. And it was just like 4 guys would pass me. So I ended up 4th in the 40 class overall. Like as the week got,
you got better and better.
Yeah, I got better. So when Caden races this year, like I plan to go. I'm only gonna race the 40 class, and I'll put in a little bit more effort. Okay. So.
Yeah, 25 class, dude, is a 40 something is tough.
Yeah. 25 class is like a national.
Yeah. That doesn't sound fun to me.
No, it wasn't fun. Now, I know why Kiefer didn't race it this year, because he raced 25 and 40 last year, and then this year he only raced the 40 class.
Yeah.
So now I know.
There's a reason why.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too bad there's not like another class you could do in that age bracket, right? Like maybe a 125 class.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
30 plus 125 class, or I don't know, something, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe it's even an electric class, although that wouldn't help you guys probably, but.
No, 125 class would be cool.
That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
And the speeds would be a little lower.
Yeah.
I guess old guys wouldn't.
Yeah. 125 is fun to ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you're going to go back this year and do it again?
Well, yeah. The plan is for Caden's going to qualify, and then I'll race too.
Okay.
Just a 40 class, so.
Golly.
It's fun going there with your family.
Did you ever factor in, is it fun? Like, I just think of like, the money to go. It's a lot. I remember, it's a lot of money.
It is.
But the humidity, I just think, gosh.
Yeah, it was really. So that was
the rain. I hate the mud.
We didn't get any rain this year, which was awesome. But the humidity was really, the heat and the humidity. But for some reason, when I went there when I was younger, it was way worse. Like,
oh, really?
Maybe I wasn't in shape. I wasn't seasoned as much. Like this year, it didn't seem to, and I probably wasn't riding as hard as I was. I don't know, but it was hot and humid, but I was able to sustain it better.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Probably more efficient too on the bike.
Maybe. Yeah. Old. I don't know.
Old.
Yeah. But the money.
You got old man strength now.
Yeah. The money's. The memories you make and what you get out of it in return, the money doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, for you taking your kid and going, that's great. Here, you guys will remember that forever. If I go,
it's just you. My
wife's got no interest. Like she'd rather drink her own bathwater probably than go to Loretta Lynn's. But so then what am I doing? Then it seems kind of selfish.
For sure, I can see that.
I still might do it anyway.
Yeah,
it's work.
Why
work, man, So. What else? What else do you do for fun? When you guys aren't like grinding, don't have a race, what do you guys go do for fun as a family?
Well, we did go to soccer all the time, but now Talon's just playing, so.
Okay.
And then Caden's racing dirt bikes. So when I'm at home, I'm back at the dirt bike track, so just can't get enough of it, or at the soccer field with Talon.
That's a good thing you love it.
Yeah. No, I wish I miss Caden playing soccer. He's pretty dang good at it, but it's also, I love watching him race. I love watching them both ride.
Yeah.
I just know all aspects of it. I think I wish I was way more naive to it, because then I wouldn't know. It's a hard sport. It's a rough sport. But on the flip side, it teaches you a lot about life. It teaches you how to work. It teaches you how to put in. You get out of it what you put into it. So I think there's a lot of good lessons to be learned by it for the kids doing
Totally.
it.
I think every lesson you need to learn.
For sure.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, we have kind of one last question we ask everybody, and that's how you want to be remembered in the sport.
I just want to be remembered as a worker. I work for everything I got. Positive. Respected. That's it. I just put the work in. I didn't want to be, hopefully leave a positive impression on people and don't have any kind of regrets.
Well, dude, I think you did, like you're still doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd keep the job you have if you weren't a worker.
Yeah.
This sport is too small. If you have a bad reputation, it goes around like wildfire and you're unemployable.
That's for
pretty
sure.
quickly, you know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, dude, I appreciate you taking the time to come in today. It was good to hear all your whole story. So much stuff I didn't know.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great, man. And I hope to see you around more. Hopefully it's some off-road stuff.
Yeah, hopefully you guys come out.
Who do you guys have at Endurocross?
Tristan Hart.
Just Tristan?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, well, and then on the Husky side, we have Ryder LeBlanc.
Oh, I don't know much about him.
Yeah. He's a young...
Well, Ethan's going to be there this weekend shooting
cool.
it, so...
Oh, you're not coming?
No, we got soccer. I got soccer tournaments. But I'll be there in spirit.
Okay, good.
And I think I'm coming to the final. Everett?
Yeah, Everett.
Yeah. Jeff's going to go cover the ones in Reno and Idaho.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go to the final. I think we're just going to miss one round.
Okay, cool.
Or we can't get somebody there. But that series is fun.
It's awesome. Did you go last year?
No, I didn't go to one last year. Jeff did.
He did.
We didn't go to all of them, but I think we're going to try to commit to all of them this year. And
yeah.
It's like off-road Supercross, you know? If you've never been to one, because I've been to a couple, and it's actually, there's always something happening. Even if the battle for the lead isn't good, it doesn't matter, because there's dudes crashing everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's action-packed, and the crowd, and you as a spectator, you're so close to it.
Yeah.
And the second moto with the inverted start, there's always some kind of action and stuff going on, and
I think Arena Cross blew it when they went away from that.
Yeah.
I like the inverted start.
Yep.
You know, it's the same for everybody. It's not like, you know.
No, back when I was racing, like up north, when you go to you'd race a bounty race, and then the winner would go backwards. Yeah. That was always the best.
Yeah.
Like for the fans, for everybody. It was good times.
They did it in Ultracross. Do you remember those days?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Your heat race would determine your grid on the main.
Yeah.
And you got points and money for everyone you passed.
Yeah.
So you wanted to start in the back because it was better for cash and for points. So anyway,
good times.
Well, dude, thanks so much.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.
Glad to call you a friend. Hopefully we can go do some mountain biking.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed Tim's story here. Keep an eye over on the KTM off-road race team. He's doing good things over there. And stick around. We'll be back to wrap up the show. Yamaha is the industry leader in two-wheeled fun and performance. Celebrating 50 years of YZ in 2024, the Blue Crew is still dominating shootouts and competitions. Yamaha, revs your heart. Troy Lee Designs is the leader in off-road motocross apparel and style. So whether you're looking for a cool new paint job for your helmet, maybe your name and number on your helmet lettered on, you're looking for new gear, you're looking for mountain bike gear, off-road gear. They've got the brand new Scout line and GP and SE models. Troy Lee Designs has it all. They've been leading this industry for decades, and they're going to continue to do it. Check out TroyLeeDesigns.com. Throttle Show, we're all about supporting brands that support our sport. And there's one tire company that has never walked away from the sport of motocross and supercross, and it's Dunlop. When times got tough and the economy took a crash, Dunlop stepped up and stayed with our sport to support it and the athletes and individuals that love it. Their MX-53 line and MX-33 lines absolutely dominate this sport. Every national championship at the pro level has been won in the last decade, and nearly every single amateur national championship at Loretta Lynn's has been won on a Dunlop. So if you're looking for high performance, you're looking for amazing quality, and you're looking to support a brand that never turns its back on our sport, there's only one choice for you, and it's Dunlop. All right, Whiskey Throttle fam, we've got a sponsor here that I want to really encourage you guys to try, Element. If you haven't seen this stuff before, give them a check out on our Instagram bio. You can get in there. We've got a link that will give you free samples. You can go in and try this stuff. And this delivers just the right amount of electrolytes that you need when you're competing at all, especially if it's midsummer, humid, think Loretta Lynn's, Nationals. You're sweating like crazy. This is the best way to replenish it, okay? Straight water is just going to flush more electrolytes out of your body, cause more cramping. You've got to get the electrolytes back in. This Element provides it in the perfect package with 0 sugar. It is vegan, keto, paleo-friendly, gluten-free. This is the perfect product for athletes or those pretending to be athletes. So it was designed by Rob Wolf. This guy is a crazy smart dude working in the science field. Was developing for his own use in athletics, and he came up with the perfect formula. This stuff's awesome. This right here, the citrus salt, is my favorite. Of course, you can get it in a sample pack like this where you can try some different flavors, watermelon, orange, raspberry. Great stuff. Cannot recommend this enough. If you are racing, even at a local level, and sweating at all, which, come on, we all do on a dirt bike, you've got to have some of this stuff to replenish it right. Give it a try. Like I said, go to our bio on Instagram. You can find a discount code or a link that takes you directly to there, and we'll give you a free sample. Check it out. You're not going to want to miss that. Support these guys. They are fans of the sport, and we are so stoked to be partnered with them. Element is an incredible product that I use exclusively, and I'm so proud to have them part of the Whiskey Throttle Show. Pro Circuit is the leader in aftermarket performance and quality. Whether you're looking for a little more horsepower out of your engine, some quality hard parts to improve the way your bike feels and looks, better handling through suspension or linkage arms, Pro Circuit is where you need to stop. It's your one-stop shop. You can go in there and get everything you need to make your motorcycle go from average to exceptional. Pro Circuit's got enough number one plates on their wall to side an entire home, and there's a reason for that. They're very, very good at what they do. The highest quality products with one goal in mind, and that's winning. Check out ProCircuit.com. If you are in the market for a new vehicle, look no further than Toyota of Redlands. You've got to support a brand that is supporting motocross big time. At the amateur level, pro level, they are part owners in the Bar X Yamaha racing team. They support a ton of riders individually, and they support us here at Whiskey Throttle Media. And I'll tell you what, the facility up there in Redlands is absolutely incredible. It's beautiful. The folks are friendly. They're professional. And if you've never owned a Toyota, you got to give it a try. It is the only brand that I'll drive anymore. If you're buying, there's nothing more reliable, nothing that holds its resale value better. And the folks at Toyota of Redlands are just they still remember what customer service is. I guess that's all I really need to say. Incredibly friendly, professional, and just talented staff up there. We're stoked to have them a part of the show. If you see the Whiskey Throttle truck around here, the Toyota of Redlands Tundra, give us a wave and a honk. But man, just so stoked to have these guys on board. Like I said, anybody like that that's getting involved and supporting the sport, we just want to push as many people as we can to them, because those folks are rare, and especially when they have an incredible product and provide an incredible service. So get up to Toyota of Redlands, California. If you're anywhere in southern United States, southwest United States, it's worth the drive. Get over there, check those guys out. Tell them the Whiskey Throttle crew sent you. On-switch device, something that was much needed in this sport. They've been innovating and bringing new products to market. Their latest is the new Nihilo Run Cool brake pistons. They're designed to be stronger than stock and provide exceptional cooling performance with less brake drag. Most OEM calipers pistons are made from aluminum that just can't hold up to the heat and extreme demands of serious racing. When they get hot, the aluminum will distort, causing loss of hydraulic pressure and brake failure. Nihilo's Run Cool pistons limit the area that boiling hot hydraulic fluid is able to come in contact with the piston, leaving 2/3 of the piston volume in open air with breather holes to enhance the cooling ability. It's made of a proprietary stainless blend, which is better at dissipating heat. You have issues with brake fade or brake failure, check out Nihilo Concepts among their many amazing hard parts and carbon fiber parts and titanium. NihiloConcepts.com. Seat Concepts is the leader in motorcycle saddles. If you're looking for a new cover or a new seat entirely, Seat Concepts is the place to go. They make custom seat foams catered to your height, weight, riding ability, riding type. They also have waterproof covers and foams that will not break down if you ride in a lot of inclement weather. And they pride themselves on being much more comfortable than OEM or any other aftermarket company. If you're looking for a new seat or a new cover, Seat Concepts, there's nothing better. Guys, I want to introduce you to Rockform, and a sponsor of the Whiskey Throttle Show here that has just been blowing my mind with their products. They've got all kinds of, started as phone cases. This is their rugged phone case here that I've got, which is just bulletproof. You could throw this thing out of an airplane, probably pick it up and be just fine. And on the back here, everything is magnetic, so it'll just stick to anything metallic, obviously. But this little locking device you've got in the back, this bolts onto handlebar mounts, car mounts, adhesive mounts, magnetic mounts, and it does not come off. It is locked in. I have no fear that my phone is going to pop off a handlebar on a street bike ride. And then I like the little sport ring they've got. They've got all kinds of devices that pop in here, but this thing acts as a stand. If you want to sit this thing up and watch something on your phone or work on it, just absolutely incredible. And this is magnetic as well. All kinds of amazing products, guys, for your phone. Kind of that's their primary function. They also have the G-Rock speaker. This is basically made for golf, and you just stick it to the frame of your golf cart and get after it. Got great tunes all day long. So a ton of products, but check out our boys at Rockform. These guys are killing it. I'm so stoked to be partnered with this brand. You know, we really pride ourselves on partnering with elite brands, really, really high-level companies, and Rockform is right on cue. Need to replace something on your bike that's worn out? Look no further than Pro-X. These guys aim to make everything OEM quality or better at an affordable price. And they've also got some new products coming. So right now, chains, sprockets, anything inside the engine internally, air filters. If it wears out, Pro-X makes it, and they make it at a quality level that's OEM or better. And they've got some new things coming that are awesome. A complete engine rebuild kits for the Polaris RZR 800s. Need to replace something on your bike that's worn out? Look no further than Pro-X. These guys aim to make everything OEM quality or better at an affordable price. And they've also got some new products coming. So right now, chains, sprockets, anything inside the engine internally, air filters. If it wears out, Pro-X makes it, and they make it at a quality level that's OEM or better. And they've got some new things coming that are awesome. A complete engine rebuild kits for the... All right, so you had a tip over in the garage or at the track and you broke your lever off. What are you going to do? Go to Arc Levers, guys. They're the only people you need to check out in this space. Arc Levers, everything manufactured right here in the United States to craftsman precision. The stuff is awesome. Whether you're looking for an entire clutch perch with maybe a bigger wheel, they make the wheel super easy to find and adjust. Or maybe you just want replacement levers. They do that as well. Anything you're after, they can change the throw, the feel, everything you want. Custom. They can make them feel different, look different colors. These guys are dialed, man. They've got all kinds of cool products. If you haven't been over to Arc Levers and seen what they've got, check them out. These guys are being run by factory Honda. If they're good enough for Jet Lawrence, I think you and I can probably make them work. The Star Racing Yamaha team, a lot of factory riders running them for good reason. They're the best products in the business. Check out Arc Levers. The Whiskey Throttle Show is presented by Motorsport.com. It doesn't matter if you like to pull a throttle cable on a dirt bike, street bike, side-by-side. Motorsport.com is putting riders first with parts, gear, and accessories, including some of our partners like Troy Lee Designs, Dunlop, Pro Circuit, and more. They offer first returns free on apparel so you can buy with confidence. And Motorsport.com offers fast, free shipping on all orders over $79. Make your next ride your best ride. Visit Motorsport.com. If you're considering a facelift for your dirt bike, look no further than TBD MX. TBD MX offers fully customizable graphics. Whatever you want to put on there, it's up to you. You're the boss. You want a military theme? No problem. Give them an idea of what you're after and they'll make it. You want to put unicorns on there? Well, that's super weird, but he'll do it for you anyway. They use the highest quality materials cut to the exact die lines for easy installation, which, if you've ever put graphics on, you know is important. No bubbles, no creases. They fit perfectly. And they offer fast service and shipping, so you're not waiting around forever to get your bike dialed in. So stop looking like a dork at the track. Go to tbdmx.com and get yourself dialed in with a set of graphics that you want, with your sponsors and the things you want to see on it. TBDMX making the best graphics in motocross, and the Whiskey Throttle Media Crew and the Whiskey Throttle Show is stoked to be partnered with TBDMX. Follow them on Instagram, give them a follow, and follow along with all of our bike builds as we feature the TBD MX graphics on all our builds. Every good podcast show has got to have an underwear sponsor, right? Well, we went right to the top, Ethica. These guys make the best underwear. If you haven't tried a pair, you don't know what you're missing. Your life hasn't even started yet. So try a pair of Ethicas on. Go to Ethica.com. Use our code WHISKEY20. Get you 20% off. And give all of your nether regions a break, man. It's vacation time for the boys. These things are comfortable. You're riding. Your butt's not going to get all chafed. These things are awesome. And guess what? They don't just make underwear. No. Tees, hats, beanies, sweatshirts, shorts for kids, ladies, toddlers, old people, everybody. You name it. They make them. You know what else they make? Moto gloves. I didn't even know that. I just found it out. So get over to Ethica.com. Check them out. These guys are awesome. Whiskey20. Use our code. Don't cheat me now. Get 20% off and put your buns in the best undies around. Ethica.com. All right, the sun is shining. That means you guys need to find yourself a good pair of sunglasses and look no further than Rockwell. These guys are making some incredible shades right now. They're all designed here in the USA, made in Italy. Very, very high-end craftsmanship on these things. They've got so many different models for men's and women's styles. There's floatable glasses. So if you're out on a lake, on a boat somewhere this summer, go out, find yourself a pair of the floatable ones. They've also got wireframe. They've got wraparound. Anything you're after, any style, Rockwell makes it. We are also working on a motocross goggle that is going to be insane. We are in the development stages of that. I'm helping them with that, as is Justin Hill and a couple other guys. So stay tuned for that. That's coming. They also make all kinds of casual wear. Rockwell is getting it done in all kinds of markets. But the sunglasses, whoo, these things are next level. Check them out, rockwell.com.
The inspiration for Element, interestingly, was from working with my coaches. I sat down with those guys. I'm like, hey, here's what I'm doing. What should I do? And they looked at everything and they were like, you need more electrolytes, specifically sodium. And like most people do when they have a coach, I ignored what their advice was. I'm kind of like, well, I salt my food. I'm probably good. And it took me at least a year to finally listen to these guys and do what they asked me to do. And it was just a switch flip. It was just so obvious that this was the critical missing piece to the story. And it's ironic that this salt piece was like the linchpin, the keystone to making all the rest of that work.
Last but not least, Specialized Bicycles. If you are in the market to start pedaling, this is where you want to start. They've got great entry-level bikes all the way up to the Cadillac, the new Levo e-bike, anything in between, man. It doesn't matter what kind of riding you're doing. Go check out and start with Specialized. Don't waste your time on something that's going to break. The derailler's not going to shift after a couple months. Get something quality. These guys make it. Specialized leads that industry. Thanks for checking out the Whiskey Throttle Show. If you guys liked it, be sure to like and subscribe so you get notified anytime we have a new show go up. You can also go over to WhiskeyThrottleMedia.com and check out all of the content, new bike builds, new bike introductions. We've got all kinds of features in the moto and off-road space, as well as all of the current Whiskey Throttle shows listed there. You can find our YouTube channel to get a complete list by season of all the shows we've done, well over 100 at this point. And also follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, like, subscribe, comment, all that junk. We'll see you guys. All right, guys, welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that show. Big thank you to Timmy for taking the time to come in. I love shows like that, man. I get to learn so much about guys that I've known a long time. Since he was first turned pro, I've known Timmy, and great dude. Always been just a solid guy. But it's cool to fill in all those gaps of things I didn't know. I didn't realize he's got multiple Baja 1000 wins. I knew he did some off-road, but that's a lot of really impressive stuff. So, and to see now what he's doing with that KTM off-road team, really successful, tons and tons of championships and race wins. So, cool story. Really, really stoked to have him on. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I want to thank our partners. Boys, support these guys if you can. If you like this show and you want us to keep bringing it to you, starting with Yamaha, and this one's easy because they make the best motorcycles, the best 450, the best 250. I would tell you their two-strokes are the best out there. And every product they make, from generators to you name it, Yamaha is just synonymous with quality. So check those guys out. Seat Concepts, motorsport.com. If you got to buy anything, buy it through there. Toyota of Redlands, probably not relevant unless you live around here in the Southwest, but an incredible Toyota dealership. We're thankful for their support. Arc Levers, best in the business. Again, these are easy sells because we don't work with chintzy, crappy companies. Element, if you guys give this a try, we have on our Instagram page a link to a free sample for this. Go utilize it. At least try them. They are just elite level brand when it comes to hydration. There's nothing like it. It's really, really good. Pro Circuit products, Pro X, TBDMX if you're looking for graphics, Ethica, Rockform. These phone cases are so rad. All magnetic. There's mounts for motorcycle handlebars, mountain bike handlebars for your car. They're really, really great. Awesome products, awesome company. Rockwell sunglasses, Nihilo Concepts, Dunlop, Seat Concepts, and Specialized Bicycles. Like I said, we only work with premium brands, so trust these guys. I put our name behind them 100%, and we appreciate their support. And without it, we can't really continue to bring these shows. So thank you to them. Thank you guys for watching. Still got some more shows to go this year, some really cool stuff coming. So stick around. More to come.